I was only there for literally like the day overnight, and then I went back because we were just going. We went to
You
like
have a
this haunted
train that
mansion
there's a
thing.
train that goes from where you are.
Yeah, it's like literally like. Well, I had to take a train to Penn Station, so New York to like Rhode Island, and then he picked me up from there.
Mm.
So
Yeah, they're
it was
the
a good
only
time.
train I took a train from Holland, Michigan, and then it went to Chicago, and then got in Chicago, went all the way to Colorado, and that was 20
Mm.
something hours. It sucked.
20 hours?
Mm-hmm. They
Jesus,
stop
that's
everywhere. They have
brutal.
to stop like as soon as they get up to speed. They have to slow down.
No, yeah, I mean that's how they stopped a lot for us too, but like I didn't think,
It was ridiculous.
damn,
One
20
time
something hours.
we had to stop to let another train pass, and I was like, their thing was moving so fast, and it's only a couple feet apart. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah,
it's crazy. I'd never do it again.
yeah. Well, I mean, 20 hours I would never do ever. I would just fly,
Yeah,
like
I don't
not
remember if
even.
I flew yet or if that was before I flew. My grandma wanted to try it because she's just like thought it'd be an adventure, but it's
Hell no. Where
there's nothing to
being
see.
somewhere for 20 hours, yeah,
There's nothing to
no.
see from Chicago to Denver. Really, there's nothing in between of note
Well,
on that
is
train ride.
it you said it was 27 hours. Did they have like a place where you could sleep like in a bed?
We got an upgrade, but it wasn't anything comfortable. So
Was that
anyway,
at least of lying flat?
I can't remember. It's
Oh,
2002. It's a long
okay.
time ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I guess that is 23 years ago.
I try to forget it, and then we were like slow on the way back, and we missed our connecting train from Chicago. We're standing out in the middle
Oh,
of midnight in Chicago with no idea, and then this van pulls
fucking
up,
hell.
and we had enough people going to Michigan that this van just agreed to take us, and they go, before you go outside, just keep your hand on your wallet, don't have anything out, it's
Really?
like midnight in
Jeez.
downtown Chicago.
That's I mean it is midnight and stuff, yeah.
And I didn't know. I mean, any van pulled up could have took us anywhere. Like
Yeah, literally.
they could have been a miscommunication. They could have took us to St. Louis. I mean, obviously I would have noticed, but yeah, it was
Yeah.
terrible. But anyway, welcome
Fucking
back
hell.
to the States.
Yeah,
Looked like it sucked that it was so
yeah.
foggy and rainy in your first vlog, because like it's crazy. It looks just like a wall of skyscrapers, that one stop you're at.
Yeah.
I was like, I'd love to
Well,
see that
well,
clearly.
it was. I mean, are you talking about? Well, no, the first two when I was in Seoul were, but it was only really the cruise that was like
Yeah, on the
cloudy. But
cruise. Yeah,
if
you're looking.
if you watch the latest
I
one that I
watched that
just saw
one.
like a couple
Where it's
hours ago.
raining out. It was raining. You're walking around. Oh no, not the
Oh, really?
latest. I meant the one the other
No, no,
day.
no, no. Yeah, 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 no, no. Yeah, because I mean, well, admittedly though, like that area, like on the cruise, we weren't really moving yet, so it's not the biggest deal. But if you when you watch the newest vlog that I just uploaded, literally a couple hours ago, there's some pretty cool night views that you'll see.
Yeah.
It's really nice. Yeah, so
Honestly, like
definitely.
I'm most curious about the actual cruise in between from Korea to Japan. Like, how long did that take?
Oh, it's so, dude, we stopped every day, so it was 2 seconds
From
because they're
Korea to
so close.
Japan, is that close?
That close. So like
That's
we're in Seoul, we go to Yesu or Yisu, however you pronounce it. Then the very next morning we're in Japan, Sasebo, which they're actually really close. So it
I
was
mean,
literally just overnight.
it's 2.5 hours just across Lake Michigan. That's why I'm wondering how long it takes you
Mm.
to
I
go.
guess well, because I mean I got they started moving at 10 p.m. that night for the first stop, which was in South Korea. Then we were already at Japan by 10 in the morning.
Okay, so
So
yeah, I mean, I was
so it
thinking,
might have been 10, 11 hours. You know what
okay,
I mean? Probably. Yeah. So yeah.
Mr.
Other
Game
than that,
Chat. I don't even remember. I don't even recognize that name. Must be the clickbait title. Got somebody.
juice isn't even loose this time in Xbox. Yeah, I don't recognize it.
um,
If it's your first time, hello.
welcome.
Welcome.
Robert was recently in Korea and Japan, and we were talking about that.
Yeah.
T's trying to get his camera work. I don't know.
I saw no Xbox ads.
In Japan, no sign of Xbox anywhere.
No, no. Well, yeah, it's funny actually. Now I think about it. Yeah, I don't think I saw any. No, I did
Tough.
see some Nintendo for sure. South Korea, I saw no gaming things like in general, which I was very surprised
Well,
at because
that's
I thought they were big into like like League of
They're
Legends and
they're
stuff
big
like that.
into, well, they do yeah, competitive League of Legends. That's PC gaming and
But
cell
I would think
phones.
you would see something
That's why
about that. But
that
like, I didn't even see a store.
I mean, as
You
much
know?
as people wanted to talk about the Stellar Blade, the controversy shit, if you just talk actually the developer making the game, it was like the first developer to like try to make a big AAA game that wasn't just
Mm,
trash, you know, like I mean,
mm.
China, they all they do is try to
That was
copy it.
South Korea.
Yeah, that was in South Korea.
Okay.
Shift up.
Well,
Yeah.
like legitimately, like I was like, looking out. I only saw like this one Pikachu thing, and then I saw a Mario something, and I'm like, damn, bro, there ain't nothing here for game wise in South Korea. It's pretty crazy. I was surprised at that.
What's up,
You
T?
know?
You have some camera issues? How'd you fix it?
I was testing the fate, trying to get on my old computer
Hmm.
because my notebook is shot. So I was trying to log into my old iMac, and it was like, what, bruh.
I didn't ask you
So
about
How's
this
it
I
going?
last
gave up.
week, but that Aliens 3 Super Nintendo, I might have rented that. I don't remember. Is that game any good?
Oh, Alien 3. Yeah, Alien 3 is great. It's one of the surprising LJN, because they're notoriously bad at making like I'm sure Robert knows from watching
Yeah, from Angry
um
Video Gamer.
Angry Video Game Nerd. Yeah. They're notoriously bad at making like licensed video games and stuff. But this is one of the really good ones. It was really good
You know, I
actually.
grew up on Aliens 3 the movie. Like that was my Aliens movie. Like
Mm.
not grew up, but you know when it came out, early 90s, I want to say.
We're the same age. We just about you grew up on that shit.
That was the Aliens movie I saw the most. Like before.
Yeah, same. Because it was on cable all the fucking time.
And yeah, the CG's terrible looking back at it. I like the general story. It just there's some parts I don't
Yeah.
like, but the CG is so bad and unfinished. And like I was playing Xenoblade, and I
Yeah.
was like earlier this year, I was playing Xenoblade Chronicles X, listening to somebody talk about Aliens 3, like the what happened with the director fighting the studio and stuff, and maybe we talked about that too. But it's just a
Probably.
shame. I'd love to know what he actually intended, because it's not that was like his first shot, I think, at making a movie, and he's proven himself,
Hmm.
David Fincher, since then with plenty, with some.
7.
I think was it Seven first, then
That was
Fight
probably his
Club,
first.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
Fight
then
Club was after.
I only saw Alien 3 once, and I ain't gonna lie, man, I didn't like it. I didn't really care for it.
I like the
Oh,
whole
most people don't like it.
I like the whole prison concept, and like
Yeah, I thought that was a good setup.
But I'd
And
have
it
to
went back
rewatch it every
to the
day.
first one.
where they didn't have
Uh,
weapons, they didn't have
yeah,
um,
I like
so
that aspect of it.
Sigourney's coming
But
back for
I
a new
was upset
Aliens. Oh
about
God.
I was upset about the off-screen deaths. That was some bullshit.
Yeah.
After all that trouble, that was a little annoying. I got over it. But
I'm not surprised Disney's going to try to bring Sigourney Weaver in to resurrect the Alien franchise, but I don't know.
come on, man.
It's funny though. They always try to put a
Ramos did
Ripley
well, though.
character in the new
She's like in her
ones.
70s now, man. Come on.
Frickin' Covenant had a Ripley ripoff. I mean, even Romulus sort of Ripley-ish, not quite to the same level as Covenant, but
I think Alien Ramos did well.
Yeah, but
Like
that.
anyway.
What hell? Even what was it called? Alien versus Predator 2 or Alien versus Predator Requiem, whatever it was called, had a wannabe Ripley in that shit too.
I didn't watch that one. I saw the first one.
Oh yeah.
Never
Oh yeah.
watched the second. Um,
It did do well. It made like 350 million on a
nice.
90 million budget.
Yeah, I mean, I
First
liked it a
one.
lot better the first time. When I rewatched it, like pretty quickly after, it dropped a little bit for me, but still like it.
80 million.
I watched Nosferatu last night. That's a good movie. I clocked it. Has it pretty high. I think Robert, you had it more in them.
I'm probably closer to you if you thought it was just I
Good.
thought it was a good movie,
And it's
but
like
not like a great movie.
what I would feel like a realistic take on like a Dracula. Like it felt very like grounded
Yeah, I enjoyed
and
it.
and creepy, but some of the it's just like the Northman. Some of the wacky.
Well, it's the same director,
performances,
you
I
know that,
know.
right? It's the same. Yeah.
It's like I can't help but see film or acting class 101 in LA in some strip mall and having people do these ridiculous things. Like that's all I can see when some of these characters are just acting so like overboard. It's just too much. But the ones that weren't doing that were really good. So I recommend it. It's good. His best movie that I've seen. But great sound design too. That's
I'm
a
glad you
plus.
liked it at least.
Good sound design like can cover or like help a movie a lot for me, and it is fantastic. So, but also I played some video games since the last podcast. Finally,
Oh yeah.
I played Expedition 33. I think I'm right near the end, but I went and fought a bunch of like difficult enemies to try to level up. Terrell's not here. I'd love to ask him a question. There's like these like partial tree stump kind of things that have like blue veins in them, and they're everywhere. And I'm like, this has to mean something. They're in like every location, and I have nothing. And I'm like near the end. I think I'm near the end boss. So I'm just like, what are these things? Like, is it a fast travel thing? Like, I have no idea. But I've been like I joked about. They said they were inspired by the Paper Mario combat, as far as like I don't know the Paper Mario. I know you press when you're jumping to attack, you can time your button presses.
Yeah, like all the timing of.
But I don't know if it has
attacks,
anything on the defensive side like that.
It is, yeah. When they hit, and if you
Yeah.
like
The-
time it, you could get less damage
Okay.
Yeah,
taken.
the timing of dodging and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
So in Expedition, it has a straight parry system, but you have to parry every single of their combo. Let's say it's a 4-hit combo. You have to parry all 4 in order. It does no damage, but if you parry all 4, then you do a strong attack against them, a counter attack.
Gotcha.
But it's very Souls-like, where one enemy will raise its hand and quickly strike. The other one will raise its hand, do a little fake, and then attack. So the timings are really hard to get. But once you master it for an enemy, like I got in this area, it's a danger, like high level, and it was just all of one enemy type. And at first, I couldn't even touch them. Like I was getting first 3 tries, I was just battle was over so quick, and I was like, well, let me try to parry some of these attacks, and I figured out the pattern, and I just basically was parrying everything, and I just kept fighting them over and over to level up. And then I went to another area with a different creature, and the timing's completely different, obviously. I just like got wasted, and I'm like, all right, you know, for me that's it doesn't even feel like a turn-based game at this point. It feels more like Sekiro to me, except for I'm not attacking in a combo system. I'm just dodge and parry. I don't even really dodge. I do the parry because the dodging doesn't get you anything. And it's a complete game changer for me. And it's not like I want every game to like try to copy this, but if another game has a similar system and it's a good game, I definitely would check it out. And especially from these,
it makes the fights way more visceral. Like I remember one of the earlier fights I had with, like, I don't know if you can miss this guy, but he's like a Pinocchio type of character.
Yeah, is the mime you talking?
You remember that guy? Yeah, the mime. Yeah.
There's
like a Pinocchio mime. Like you can completely miss him if you didn't go that way. You know, I dig into games. I dig and try to find every little.
You'll see the mime throughout the game. It's the level will get higher, but same attack, and it has the.
But that was especially with like you have to master that pretty much to beat him, because he was tough as shit to me. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not dodging's easier. If you're taking the hits, you're not going to win a battle. Like you have to dodge or parry to win most of the battles. And there's even a battle right after I was saying those difficult ones, and it went on about 20 minutes. I'm like, wait a minute. Every time I don't perfectly parry this enemy's 4 attacks, it drops me down the list of attacks. So I was like next to fight. So I'd actually get to attack, and I didn't parry all 4 of the hits, and all of a sudden I dropped down like 4 spots, and I'm like, I just kept going. I was like, well, I'm just gonna learn the timing, then I'm just gonna give up. Not you can't give up, but I'm just gonna die on purpose, and then come back, and it just completely transformed the fight. I just parried those, attacked him, and he wasn't. If you don't parry, he shields all the enemies, so you got to hit him like 8 times before you can even do damage. Plus, it has the free aim. There's like strategic weak points you can, if you have enough points, you can use them to shoot enemies' weak points. And then, you know, every person you play as has a kind of.
Eat like it's your last meal. You want another piece? Here, have a breast. Delicious. Hey, what do we do about the bone?
Better late than never.
Good afternoon.
So, in Expedition
Yeah,
33, Terrell,
What about it?
what are
What
those
you
like
do?
tree stumps with like the glowing veins in it? Is that they're all over? Is that did you ever figure anything out with those?
Ooh, I'm trying to remember what the heck you talking about. Hold on.
They're like
They're glowing. Oh,
it's
go
like
ahead.
about the height of a person. It like starts with it's kind of like a tree stump, but goes more to a point, and then it has all these like bluish teal like veins glowing on it. They're in every area, and I felt like it's some kind of fast travel or some kind of thing. And it has to be. It just can't be some random.
Oh, damn.
Damn, dude, you're tiny.
I said, what the hell?
It's so high.
I don't remember.
And then
I don't
podcast
remember.
and draws.
No, what?
You still look
damn,
kind
it's
of
still
small
too,
in the
it's
frame.
still
You
too
zoom
high.
in or something.
What the fuck happened? Hold on. That still seems too low. Let's see about.
I don't want to see you not wearing any drawers though.
Oh, yeah, it works. No, I
I don't
was.
think he ain't having his.
No. I always put on. If I have to be on camera, I always put on shorts. Now, if I'm off
really?
camera, yeah. If I'm on camera, if I'm off camera, don't worry about it.
This says they're
Mind your
stones.
business.
They look like rocks. They're cracked rocks. You can break them. It says.
Man,
So I guess they're
I don't-
rocks. It looks like a
newscasters
tree
got-
stump to me.
fired for whacking off, watching porn in the middle of the newscast.
What the fuck?
You remember that? Like it was during
Oh,
COVID,
yeah.
like when everybody was at home. It was like some newscaster got busted, like watching porn.
I know there was a streamer who got caught doing it. I didn't
Whack.
remember.
I
I
remember
didn't,
that one dude DSP or whatever.
yeah, Dark Side
Yeah.
Phil. He was like, he was in the back.
He's like full on like a like.
Oh,
like,
wow.
literally, like,
Oh wow,
yeah,
the camera's on.
the camera's on.
Hello.
It's like, oh wow, Jesus. And it's like, yo, do you really have to rub one out right before you go on stream? Like,
Hey
really?
man,
Like,
listen,
like
you don't know what kind of
Sometimes
life
it
he
hits
you,
living.
sometimes it
You don't know what
just
kind of
hits
life he live, bro. Don't you don't know these people?
yeah, but you got to do it like right in front of the camera,
Get a
like
stress fap, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. If I was gonna do anything, I wouldn't have done that.
Just in case. At
Oh,
least
did
go
you
to the
send it to
bathroom.
me? Oh, let me
He
see.
wanted to come on the stream relaxed, okay?
Well, he wanted to come
He
on
didn't,
the
want,
stream.
he didn't want any
yeah.
baby batter
All you
on
have
the
to do
brain,
is do
okay?
a
No baby batter on the brain.
basic melee attack to destroy those. God damn.
Yeah, I didn't do any of this thing. I didn't do any of that.
So I'm about to fight Renor or whatever. I think for the last
Oh,
time.
have you gotten to? Oh, you were in Lumiere
Mhm.
and you're going backwards in
Mhm.
it. Yeah, that's the final boss.
So I figured. So I went and did a bunch of fought some tougher enemies, leveled up my gear, my weapons, and trying to get Monaco. I don't really like him. I don't understand. There's probably a guide that tells you how
Monoko.
Monoko. There's probably a guide that tells you that he's an absolute beast or something, but I just can't figure out how to use him.
It depends if you have to go fight a bunch of different kind of enemies because he's one of those ones that you beat an enemy and it gains the ability. His is probably the one you have to experiment the most with his moveset. If you switch out some of the enemy abilities, he can be kind of broken. He's not my favorite, but he does well enough. My favorite was Verso, Mael, and Lune. Those are the three I use.
That's
a lot.
That's all I use. Pretty much. But
CL's okay, but CL takes a minute. CL is a little bit more complex than I gave her credit for.
Mael is like, for me, she's just the tank and the heavy. She's like the heavy hitter and can take all the hits. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be, but that's how it ended up for me.
The moment I realized that burn damage stacks, oh my god, the damage is ridiculous. I found out in later fights you can do like 99,999 damage just by stacking fire damage.
I got the ability to go over that maximum now.
Well, yeah, I found out that that's not guaranteed for apparently. Like some people didn't realize it.
Yeah, I'm doing like 100,000 like counter attack on parries and stuff. So
it's beautiful, isn't it? It's immaculate.
It's a great game.
I'm not gonna agree with you. You might bulldoze Renor as a result, though. You might bulldoze the hell out of him when you get over there. Because I was like, oh, this ain't that hard. I thought the Paintress was a little harder, actually.
But it's a great game. Music's great. Technically, I mean, I wouldn't say it's like
It was Jeffrey Toobin, guys, from CNN. Busted.
Was it?
Sorry, I had to get.
I hated during this whole conversation. Just talking about the game. You see T on like, so who busted a nut as a newscaster? Oh, it was CNN. Jeffrey busted that nut, y'all. In case that lore, you wanted it, you needed it.
I watched
like you needed that lore,
like awkward moments during newscasts, like probably over a year ago now. I can't remember there was one that was so embarrassing for the person. I wish I could remember it, but I have trouble watching people like embarrass themselves. Whether I mean unintentionally, sometimes it makes me uncomfortable watching their discomfort.
There's a decent amount of bloopers and stuff that are hilarious when you look at those.
Yeah, sometimes I go in
the one
like
with the black dude. You remember that one, Terrell?
What?
I think it was in Georgia. He was like, "Oh," he was talking real like newscasting. Oh my God! Well, and then like a bee flew in.
This motherfucking bee trying to kill me out here in this country ass town. I know who you're talking about.
That's funny.
I said, bro, you can't.
Newscaster voice, and
you can't code switch in the middle of the friggin' segment. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh my God. I'm a die. No, what was it? I'm a die in this country ass town.
I had a wasp or something when I was younger in the truck I was driving. I freaked out. I'm like, what's it gonna do? It's gonna sting me. Oh my God! I've been stung before. Like I don't know why I freaked out so bad, but
dude, the worst experience. Oh, dude, you know why I don't trust wasps anymore? My mother took me to the flea market when I was little, and we ran into a wasp. The wasp flew down my pants and stung me on my thigh. On my thigh, right by my. No. But the pain and the fear. And then what made it worse, I had to take off my pants at the flea market, standing there in my underwear with this big brute, because the wasp was still in my pants, Robert.
You can't like shake it off.
No, he stabbed me. He was going the wrong. He's going the wrong direction, Robert. That's why he stabbed me on my inner feet.
One of those ones that die like in.
No, you're talking about a bee. That's a bee. That's a bee.
Right. Oh,
I'm talking about a wasp. Wasps don't die. Wasps are, if I remember right, wasps are the scourge of the world.
You're like, I would rip off those pants so fast.
Oh no, the pants came off, but now I'm just standing around pantsless. With
At least it's not a Japanese wasp. That'll kill you.
Oh, it will. It will. I've seen videos.
Like, to be fair, I don't know if I'm allergic to a wasp, right? I haven't.
Well, don't find out.
Another thing.
Don't find out.
I don't want to find out. So anytime they get near, I'm like, oh shit.
That's a normal reaction. But some people are weird, and they're like, I'm gonna just take it. I'm like, yo, you better get the hell out of here.
No,
that shit's painful.
It is painful, especially when it's like in an area where you're constantly moving and you can feel it. Hate that shit. Fuck wasps.
Every time I hear a
they don't even do anything for society. They just literally exist to ruin people's days. I hate it. Garbage.
Gaming. Getting back to gaming. Terrell, last week, we can talk more. Robert, I want to get Robert's take on some of the Xbox stuff, but
go for it.
You recently, maybe it was 2 podcasts ago, or you said you bought a game, a physical game, and you went out your way to get the Xbox version, even though it was going to take forever to show up. Versus you could have just had the PS5 version same day.
You're talking about Pac-Man. That's what it was.
Pac-Man. So has this recent development, has that changed your mind at all about buying games, physical games for the Xbox, or is that not?
I mean, so probably, because like I told you, once I finish Hollow Knight, which I'm playing on Xbox, the Xbox is going in the living room, which means I'm probably going to play it significantly less because I'm actually putting a decent effort in playing games on my Xbox. Like between the stuff I was playing on Game Pass and some of the stuff I bought, like the Resident Evil remake, Elden Ring, that stuff. Like I was pretty consistent about playing on my Xbox. I genuinely just don't I feel even less. And see, I feel bad because this is the console I think that is generally a good console if we're just talking on a hardware standpoint. But all this fuckery with the Game Pass and the price hikes, I don't care anymore. I think at this point I'm more inclined just to get stuff for my PS5. Actually, fun fact, I beat Expedition 33 through Game Pass, but I bought the physical version on PlayStation 5. So there's your
Then you have to start
Wait,
all over.
well, why are you putting it in the living room? Why is it just because of
so
that?
versus it being here, like it's right here. So like when I stream, it's my Switch 2's here, my PC's here, my Xbox is here. The living room, originally the PlayStation 5 was only in the living room because I just didn't have space.
Oh,
so
the
I'm like, well,
PlayStation 5's
fuck
in the
you.
living room. Gotcha. So you're gonna swap them.
I'm gonna swap them. So
Gotcha,
now, because I'm in here more than I'm in the living room. I'm only in the living room when I got like people over. So I already told a couple people because people were like, "Oh man, does that mean you can play some more PlayStation games on stream?" Yeah, I'll finally get the God of War just to see if that's an improvement.
Did you play any of the first-person Resident Evil games?
No, I have them. Someone gifted me 7 on Steam, but I never got a chance to get into it. I might. A lot of people are asking, "Oh, it's Halloween. Why don't you try one of them again?" So I'm like, I might do that. I might either do that or.
It's a good Halloween game.
The way I pick out like what game I buy on Xbox or PlayStation, I guess for you it's a little bit different because you view it as like the rooms, like which rooms it's in. For me, it's just like literally, it's like, well, where is it cheaper on? Like, you know, you could physically just there's going to be a difference between the physical. Since you have both, to me, you still have the option of, hey, if this is cheaper, I might as well get on there.
Well, you're right. You're right, Robert. But I'm be honest with you. As of recently, I've noticed more games tend to be cheaper on PlayStation anyway. Like even
I've
Persona,
noticed is not. If you go on, especially on eBay and stuff.
I know it's the exact opposite, bro.
Yeah, because the reason is because people don't buy games on Xbox. So a lot of times they have more on sale.
A couple times.
I think because I'm not getting them.
Xbox is either the same or slightly more, like on Amazon, but.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I saw Amazon.
I don't fuck with Amazon. Amazon overpriced.
Yeah, I don't fuck with Amazon inflates everything, so I don't really buy stuff on Amazon.
Even though
I don't use eBay as much. That's why. That's probably why.
eBay's a goat.
Where would you, if you were gonna buy Resident Evil Requiem, would you consider the Switch 2 version, or you? Or do you need to see more?
I need to see more. That's because the problem that Switch 2 versions of third-party games will always still have with me is people will say what they say, and then they'll come out, and the narrative may or may not be what you think it is. So for me personally, I tend to wait a little bit after launch to be like, okay, we have footage. Because even with Star Wars, people were like, oh, I don't think it's going to run well, and this, that, and the third. And it came out, and we were like, damn, that runs really well. Like, so unfortunately, Nintendo has me stuck in this. I have to kind of wait and see with them a little bit. Now, if it's something I really want and I don't care, like it's a game I'm pretty confident will run well, yeah, I'll usually get on Switch. That's usually I am.
The last physical Resident Evil game, the last physical Resident Evil game I bought for Nintendo system was Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube. It's not like there wasn't really any after that.
You didn't get out of the Wii?
No, I didn't. I
think the last one I bought.
Hell no, I ain't bought no shit.
I think the last one I bought was Revelations.
People love that shit. People love Resident Evil 4.
I think Resident Revelations the one I bought.
I got it digitally. I didn't buy them personally, but someone gifted them to me. But I just meant physically speaking. That would be.
I have all the Resident Evil games on Wii. I even the crappy. There's only one that really sucks. I can't remember. Darkside Chronicles or some shit garbage.
No, Umbrella Chronicles. That's the one that sucks.
Umbrella Chronicles.
Darkside was awesome.
I didn't care for
Darkside was awesome.
Yeah, I knew I was gonna mess it up. I didn't know which one it was.
Yeah,
I thought Umbrella was the first one, or good one.
Yeah, and I didn't like that one at all. That was the one I made backlogs on both those.
He's like, nah, take the shit back, yo.
Plus, you didn't know the story, so you're like, it must have been kind of confusing.
I would even said if they ever.
I'm talking gameplay wise, like mechanics.
I have openly said though, if they ever announce like Resident Evil 2 remake for Switch, that will be bought immediately. That one. I love that remake a lot, but
unless for me is like unless you like play more on a specific console, like I don't know why I don't know why Game Pass would change your decision on which. Because
Well, just
first
the
of all,
whole
Game
direction
Pass is
Xbox
you're
is
not buying any game.
just the direction
Oh.
Xbox is
Well,
going.
well,
Or...
if you're smart, you would get the physical Game Pass or the physical Xbox game, but that bitch is going to be the more expensive one in your collection if you care about that kind of thing. Like I know Baldur's Gate 3 specifically, you know, it's over $100 if worth over $100 if you get it on I don't know if you get it on an Xbox because Xbox only had the one version of it that was basically the stupid special edition one, and so they don't. If I find a game that is fully on the disc, and I've been looking at PS5 game because I'm gonna get one at some point. But if I find the game is completely on disc, I mean, of course, I mean,
Robert's
see
over
what's going on
smiling
behind
his
it.
No, I know,
ass
I know,
off,
but
yo.
I'm just kidding. Like, he's only
I'm getting one
smiling.
at some point.
Yeah, boy.
But it's not like
There's
I'm not gonna be. It's gonna be specifically for like straight up like exclusive games
like Astro
that I would
Bot.
get it for. Yeah, like
there
that'd
was
be
a
the only
site
reason.
that would tell you, but it was just one guy, and he didn't get to play everything, so he couldn't test. But other than like the Ubisofts and your Call of Duties and stuff, Maddens and all, you know, the big companies, the annual games. I was surprised by how many games are actually all on the disc on the PS5, third parties and first party. But like,
I'm not because they have the most space. That's the console that has the most space on the disc.
Yeah.
One of the reasons Xbox doesn't do it is because I think their discs are only like 25 gigs.
I don't know though. I mean, it's an Ultra HD drive, so it should be able to.
Aren't they both Blu-ray? I was like, aren't they both Blu-ray discs?
They can DL it, they can dual layer it, and then you get 50. But still, like that's.
I mean, an Ultra HD drive should be able to read the 100 gigabyte disc. What?
They're just not putting them out. I don't know what.
I don't think they might not be using them, but like that my ripping drive that can read the 100 gigabyte disc, and that's just it's not even an Ultra HD drive. It's just a standard Blu-ray, but. So it must just something they decided they want to do, or I don't know what.
Yeah, I think it's something.
You know, at some point, this manufacturer.
I'm only worried about like first-party games, or you know, or as far as Xbox, if it's going to be fully on there, because most third-party games are on the disc, except for Ubisoft, like you said.
Yeah, because Avatar is the only game I have on PS5 that's not. The game isn't on the at least a playable full final Gone Gold edition before updates. Avatar is the only game that's not fully on the disc that I own.
Yeah,
and
internet required.
Forza Motorsports had
Forza 5 isn't.
Forza Horizon 5 is digital only, but
that's the one that says internet required.
No, Forza Motorsport.
This is on the disc.
Oh yeah.
The one thing that they used to say early on, I don't know if that's still true, was the disc would be the standard, the Xbox One version, and then you had to update to get the series version. That's what the first year that was what the claim was. I
remember those. Yeah.
So that makes more sense than having the Series S version and it somehow having to downgrade itself to play an Xbox One.
Yeah. But again, Expedition 33, all on the disc. You don't even have to have your internet on to download this game. So, if I can get it physically on the disc, I'm still gonna buy it on the Xbox. Third-party games, obviously. But
for me, it just depends how.
I'm not gonna buy any.
Whatever's cheaper. Whatever's cheaper, I usually just get that. That's at this point. That's what I do.
But like I said, sometimes I will do the collector thing and say, "Well, this is going to be worth more." And I've been killing that recently, where my game is now double or sometimes triple. That's happened a lot on Switch 1, where I was like, "All right, this game." Those are gonna increase. I buy 3 copies of them bitches, and that's just like super expensive now. Trying to remember the one game. It's something Chrome. It's like it's like the Contra one? Like a Contra one, right? Mm-hmm. It's like a Contra throwback. That bitch is worth like 3 times, 4 times what I paid for it now. And I got 3 copies of that bitch because I'm like, this bitch is gonna go up in price. So I will do it for that. But other than that, it doesn't matter.
Speaking of Switch 1, you guys, I don't know. Robert used to see me all the time booting up the YouTube on my Switch OLED. Sitting on my kitchen table. I got a Bluetooth speaker behind it. I gotta say, I don't know why it took me this long to realize. The Switch OLED, has like a 6-7 hour battery playing Breath of the Wild. I barely get like one movie reaction, maybe two, which are usually 30 to 40 minutes, and the damn thing's under 20% battery. Like, I charged it, took it off the charger yesterday morning. I didn't even watch 2 hours of YouTube videos, and it was already at like 21%. I'm like, what the fuck? Why does YouTube take up so much of the battery? Like, it's just streaming. It's just the Wi-Fi, like, in the screen. And it's like, it just doesn't make any sense. Plus, it's super laggy. You go to navigate, and then it just stops moving for about 5 to 10 seconds, and all of a sudden it moves how many times you hit the D-pad you're trying to search. It's not very good, and I don't know if that's just Nintendo.
Are you watching YouTube on your Switch?
What else am I going to use it for? I mean, it's way bigger than my phone. Because when I cook and stuff, I like to have YouTube on. I just always had my old phone, like my 5-inch screen. And having an 8-inch screen is way better, and I can prop it up with the kickstand way easier wherever I want. And I was like, oh, that's a good use for it. I was thinking of like buying a tablet or like something to have, or maybe a small TV.
That's what I use. I use a tablet. There's a tablet.
But I already have the Switch, so I guess I could sell it, put it towards something else. But yeah, I'm just surprised how quickly the battery runs out just watching YouTube on there. It's weird. And as far as I know, the Switch 2 does not have the YouTube app yet. Not that I would use it.
No, it does not.
But it's just like, and it looks, I mean, the OLED screen does look nice, so with YouTube videos, it looks great. So there's that. But yeah, I was just like, yesterday, I was like, man, this thing's already at 20%. I just took it off like not even 2 hours ago, and it was at 100. So a little disappointed with that.
Did you pick those up in Japan?
Robert did.
Oh, these?
No?
Yeah.
Yeah, because isn't that Fatal Frame made in black water on the right?
I think it's
and then it's Fatal Frame made into the black wool.
Yeah, that's the Wii one. Okay.
Project whatever.
Oh no, this is Wii U.
Project Zero. It's Project Zero.
That's Wii U. That's Wii U.
It's Wii U.
No, but the game's called Project Zero.
No, because you said there's the Wii one. The Wii.
Oh yeah, my bad. Because there is that Wii remake one, but it's not for that game.
I wanted to get this because this is a game I know. In America, as we all know,
we have no physical. Yeah, we don't have physical.
And I was like, you know what?
Wait, didn't the remaster come out physically?
The remaster came out physically, but I love my Wii U, and so Wii U, and it's cool because it's all in black because all rated M video games
because it's the best color.
You should have found some cheap ones just to swap out some of your cases for the black ones for the US version or something. Like,
you will love your Wii U more if you're doing what I'm doing on the Wii U right now.
yeah, I see.
We saw the video. I saw the pictures.
It's so cool, bro. What you can do to your Wii U.
It's cool. Like one of these days I'll do that.
Makes it a super system. Like you can do everything all the way back to GameCube. Like just have your GameCube games sitting on your Wii U and you can play them. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. And of course you got DS, Game Boy, NES, and all that shit. All your virtual
DS
console
use the gamepad as a touchscreen or no?
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
it did it on Wii U when you bought. And you can.
Yeah, the virtual console, the DS
virtual console. Yeah.
So,
That's
I don't think we ever talked about it. Didn't the Gears of War remake come out or like a month ago? I don't
Did it actually come out? I don't remember it. I didn't remember if it came out.
Because I was coming to PlayStation. I didn't hear anything about it. Was it actually a remake? Was it a remaster? I don't even know.
It was like I thought it was like based on the remake of the remaster of the remaster.
It was based on.
Is that the Reloaded? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing like a technical.
I'm pretty sure it was based on the it was a remaster of the remake.
I hate everything. Just stop.
Yeah.
I hate it. Yeah, I see it. It's on. Yeah,
I don't even remember seeing
it.
like a Digital Foundry video. I have nothing about it. They do have a video. Reloaded. I was like, because that's. Gears on a PlayStation. I mean, that's kind of a landmark of moment, I guess. That's like, I guess Forza already hit PS5 at that point, but I think
The only thing they haven't gotten is Halo at this
I
point.
just
That's the
feel
only thing
Gears
they
is
Starfield.
What about it?
okay.
No, like we don't
Okay.
have Star. Like
It was
Starfield's gonna
quite
come on
literally
other
unreal.
Yeah, cool.
consoles.
That okay, cool.
That's big.
Yeah,
It's
that's
Bethesda, man.
perfect,
Come on, it's still
Nah,
big.
Halo
It's
would
still
be
300
bigger.
hours in, 350 hours in right now.
Look at me playing Halo with my PS5 controller. That thing.
Well, they got that supposedly they're making a Halo remake, even though they already remade
remember
it.
wasn't there gonna be a Witcher
Oh
1
yeah,
or 2
I heard about
remake?
that. I was like, why?
Well, aren't
Yeah,
they
well,
working on
those
the
are in
new one? I
development.
thought.
Those are in
Yeah.
development. It's a Witcher 1 I don't think they're doing
Yeah,
Witcher
same
2, but they
Witcher
are
1.
doing Witcher
Yeah,
1.
Witcher 1 remake.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, this
Which
Reloaded.
I'm cool with that. You can't really go back to Witcher 1. That's a game that pretty much deserves.
Yeah, that needs a refresh. You know.
I did go back and play that
You
game.
did.
I mean, it was it's interesting. It's an interesting thing.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that language. Interesting is a crazy way of phrasing rough.
It was look. In the end of the day, it's there's definitely some rough stuff about it, but it is yeah, it's strange. It's a strange
It feels
comparison
like
to
a
3.
late 90s, early 2000s PC RPG. That's what it just feels like that, and that's a little bit too archaic for most people.
Well, I mean,
But
especially like it's so strange because the combat is like damn near a rhythm game. It's just so strange.
the
the way they
combat is.
It's
The second one was just
very
literally
strange.
invisible walls, and you just couldn't really explore.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't even walk over a little stone step like to go somewhere. It's just like, nope, you're going where we tell you. And then it was very complicated with the combat. Wanted you to use the keyboard.
I just hope they changed the whole. You would get stunned every time. You would get stunned in like that was the worst part about that game. Is like for
It's
some
so
reason
bad.
you get stunned and the enemy would take you out in 2 hits and you're just like what the what? And it would be like you literally can't do anything. You're just getting punched around and you're just sitting there twirling around.
Yeah, that's a
Like,
bad.
yo,
That's a bad
just
gameplay
no.
mechanic that other games have done.
Yeah, it was so bizarre.
Yeah, Lenny's right. They were talking about how they were gonna have to change some of the things in the game. Like if you slept with a girl, I believe in that game, you got like a card.
Yeah, you gotta.
Like,
Damn.
I mean,
That was never a good idea. That was a.
what was the
That
card?
was never a good.
It was just a card of the woman, like in like a pose, like it was. It was like like they call it essentially like it was a sex card. Like imagine if you were to sleep with someone, you get like their like
Their
like a
business
card,
card.
a victory card or something like an ident. It is strange when you think about it like that sort of way. But
He is.
I didn't
he
think it was
is
such a big
the
deal. But
ladies' man, that's for sure. Because I remember the second
Yeah.
one, cutscenes. I was like, holy shit, this is I didn't expect this in a video game. Like it was.
oh yeah, they go all out, man. Especially in and even I mean in the third one they go all out in turn. Witcher
Yeah.
3 they go.
Witcher
all
3,
out.
they don't mess around with that either. So
Yeah.
you can just.
But you don't collect a card. But the thing is, you after you do that, you don't collect their card.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, yeah,
No.
the sex card, I got their.
That's a crazy
something-
lie. Let me get that
That'd be
six
like
star
this,
real
Collect
quick.
them all. It's literally like collecting them all, like
Mhm.
Pokemon, but instead it's women.
Yeah,
It's
like
funny.
I know that's woke, but come on, come on.
Come on.
There's something,
wrong,
there's
guys?
something like
Damn.
just funny about that. It's just odd.
It's interesting.
Other games have done similar things.
Yeah, I mean, collectibles
like a
are
sports game.
in-game collectibles can be motivation. Serious.
I'm motivated.
The sex cards are like
Yeah.
so.
I'm hella motivated. I'm motivated as fuck, yo.
Was
I-
it actually
I
a
just
card?
remember-
Like, did they
It's like a
hand him a
card,
card,
yeah.
or was it just an icon, like a
No,
a
it's like
screen
you
where
have
you'd have
sex with them, and then all of a sudden, and then on the screen would be like an animation of like a card, and then you collect that card, and then just
There wasn't the card.
It'd be
Wasn't a
like-
card game that you used them in.
no, it's not like they gave you a card. Here you go, as a card. So it was
Final
just
Fantasy,
like a little animation.
Final
Oh,
Fantasy
you-
VII
You got
Rebirth
that card, huh?
has a card game built
Tried
into
really
it.
hard to get that card myself.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, there's a big card game in which Gwent. I mean, that's a big card
Yeah.
game. For them,
Gwent is
like,
huge.
They
And that
tried something
became
like that
an old game in itself.
in Horizon Forbidden West, and I played it just to get the achievement. I don't even remember how it worked. So, you know,
Isn't there a
sometimes
standalone?
it was so in depth that you were enthralled that you forgot all of it.
I feel like there's a standalone Gwent game. Maybe it's only on
Probably.
mobile or something.
there's a standalone
there was
Gwent
one
game. Yeah.
like
One
Valve
is
has one
standalone.
too that was based on from I don't know if it was Overwatch or something else. They did a card
Well,
game.
not
No,
Valve.
wasn't it
Not Valve, but Blizzard. Sorry.
Oh,
It was
you're
like
talking about
Hearthstone, right?
Hearthstone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think that's based on it. I think that's just like its own.
Yeah, I think that was just
IP.
their game.
I
The
thought it was
like-
tied in somewhat to one of their games, but
Heroes of the is that Hearthstone Heroes of the Storm or something like that?
Something that I'd agree.
So I was listening
Alright.
to Two's video on my way here. We talked about this a little bit last week, and Robert, you weren't here. And I remember the last time we talked about it, you were here, and you were like, I think it was you. You were like, yeah, I mean, we know the Call of Duty's coming to Switch 2, and I was like, do we? Like, how do we know? And I don't remember, was that you, or am I remembering that wrong?
I definitely say, yeah, we know it's coming.
Yeah.
I don't know. Remember,
Do
I
you
said I
still
didn't know
feel
if
like-
it was gonna be I didn't know if it was gonna be this one literally, but I know it's coming. Like they made that deal, it has to be
They
coming.
made
It's
a 10-year deal. They signed a deal. Something got to happen.
something has to happen within this, like for the next 10
Right.
years.
When does
Something
that
has to
start?
happen.
Because that was like over 2 years ago that news came out. They were
Yeah, I think they were waiting for Switch 2.
They were busy laying people
and
off. They'll get around.
Personally, I thought they were. I know.
That's
I know CEO
great.
thought the Switch 1, but I thought they were always waiting. So I mean,
Thousands of people. There's thousands of people.
Let's see.
so many
I mean-
jobs were lost.
Lena
Those-
Khan was right. Somebody
I
give
mean, she-
Lena Khan her
I mean,
flowers.
She
Gotta
was
tell
right.
everybody.
It says
She was
that
right.
it has to be day and date for according to the deal. So maybe they just weren't able to do a day
but
and
maybe
date
they're
this year.
skipping it. Maybe they're skipping it this year and then
Well,
going. To
I
next-
mean-
well, it literally, it has to be next year. If it's not next year, I don't know what. The
I mean,
hell
it's
is
illegal
going
10
on.
year, but it doesn't say how many games have to be in that 10 year, does it?
Well, they lied. They already lied.
That is
already
true,
lied.
I guess. To be fair,
Watch my video. They already lied because they said 120 million more players for Call of Duty. They were talking about Switch 1 because there was no Switch 2. So they were supposed to put the bitch on Switch 1. So they lied.
And it
Not
has to be
the
full
bitch.
parity.
yeah. I mean, admittedly, I never truly expected it for Switch 1. I know they said those numbers.
Expect it or not, that's what they said. They
Yeah.
had billboards all over the UK about the shit. They
that was
wanted- 'cause they
that
wanted
was
that deal to
3
go
years
through.
ago that
Yeah,
got announced. December 2022. Not
time
quite.
flies, man.
I mean,
Time
are they
flies.
already 3 years in, or does the deal only start after the
In
first
LA
game?
in September.
Think the deal starts after the
Satya and the
first
devil.
game, or did it already? Are we already 3 years off the clock?
That's true. Imagine.
Satya
they
and the
could-
devil. That's the name.
Let's see, February when they signed the deal, apparently in February 2023. So it was just announced and then signed. But has there been like an actual update from Activision or anybody?
I saw there was an update where they said they're working closely with Nintendo, but that didn't say anything about Black Ops 7.
So February
just said-
2023, they signed the deal. Same day as Xbox, full featured content parity, and we're 2.5 years into that. So it'll be interesting. I think next year will be the telltale sign. If there doesn't come out,
Yeah, if there's
next year,
nothing
then-
next year, then I will be stunned and I will be like, wow, that's
Not that
crazy.
I care, 'cause I wouldn't buy this shit anyway. But I'm just for
and there's like
principle's
they've
sake.
at this point they're just calling everyone now. They're just Black Ops 6, Black Ops 7 the next year. Like this is getting
Yeah, I
ridiculous.
would like. I ain't gonna lie. I'm very surprised that they're going back to Black Ops just instantly. Same with they did it with Modern Warfare. They did Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, back to back, and then they do a Black Ops 6, Black Ops 7. I was like, wow, really? I really thought it'd be a different a different name, different studio. I was
But-
surprised.
Apparently Battlefield's the new is it 6?
6.
Apparently
Yes,
that's done really
really
well.
well.
People are loving it.
Yeah.
I know it's more of a
Yeah, people are
PC
enjoying
gamer.
it. It's also very much like people want it to be one of the like it's
People want that
it's
to do well
gotta
'cause they
destroy
want
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty to
Gotta
die.
destroy Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It feels,
It's not going to happen.
Battlefield was always a PC centric franchise, and it did well on like PS4. I think PS3, late PS3, Xbox 360, they tried. I think Battlefield 3 came out, and it wasn't even close to what they first showed.
But it still was their best. That was their best selling.
I'm sure it did well. There was a lot. That was the last time I've heard actual hype around a Battlefield game, and I remember seeing the trailer, the PC trailer. We're like, oh my god, this is a huge, this is a next generational leap in visuals. Like it was amazing. Then we saw the 360 version. Like, what is this? Like, it's not even close to what they showed. But honestly,
I still remember. I owned Battlefield 3 on 360 when it came out because I was super hyped. And
it still looked good.
I did think it was really good, but also I wasn't able to play because I was underage. Even though I bought the game, they did not allow me to log into their servers because I was underage. How fucked up is that? That doesn't even make sense. You bought the game.
I think I'm more surprised you didn't lie about your age.
Well, I never did lie about my age.
Robert was like the only person who was underage and actually told the truth about being underage. He's like, hey guys, I'm 17 and I'm here to play some Battlefield.
No, and back then I was like 14. I had to wait like 3 years to play that game online.
He's like, I am under 18. I can't do it.
I'm a minor. I can't lie. Please come see me.
Wonder why he can't get into the prawn site. Oh no, they won't let me in. I'm being honest.
I don't understand what Pornhub's deal is. I thought you just Google the site and go on. He just like Robert was so honest. Like, so what are your intentions on the site? I'm here to see some titties. I need some ID, sir. Oh, I don't have any. I have my school ID.
Are you 18 or older? Oh no, I'm not. Damn it! I gotta click the no. So,
I always click the no on the page.
I haven't seen any footage of 6. Did they bring back like destructible environments or anything?
Yeah, well, they went crazy with it.
Because the guy, the casual gamer at work, he's constantly asking me about Battlefield 6. You gonna play it? You guys gonna talk about it in the podcast? I'm like, no, I don't. I mean, what are we gonna talk about? I mean, we're not into that.
Well, I'll say I mean, I am. I enjoy, first-person shooters and stuff like that. And I picked up Battlefield, the last one, which I can't believe they sold it for $70. But it was a Battlefield 2042 or 2040, whatever, and it only or 21, whatever. It's a futuristic year. But it was also $70 and only online. There was no single-player campaign. Nothing.
The single player is usually terrible or not even there. Man, I forgot about that.
Well, no, but usually they have a single player. It was the first one that didn't have a single player, and it was just crazy that.
Sorry.
I didn't know he had.
Hey, T, I have a question. Is that a puppet or a Muppet?
It's a puppet, bitch.
Oh, I don't know if T seen that video from Double Toasted when they're talking about Muppets and puppets, and he's like, if it's not a Jim Henson creation, it's not a fucking Muppet. He was like, is Yoda a Muppet? Now you're just playing with me, man.
He got you on that. He got it on that one. Is Yoda a Muppet? He kind of is.
In the original release of Phantom Menace, he was a Muppet. Now they replaced him with CG.
Oh yeah, he was definitely a Muppet then.
I don't know why he looked so much worse in that movie than he did in the original trilogy.
In anything.
No sense. It's so strange. It is so strange.
He had to look younger.
Yeah, they tried to make him look younger. Yeah, like that would have made a difference. When he's
900 years old, but when he's
35,
he's 35 years younger, he looked way different. So
he looked
terrible.
I think he looked awful.
That might be the worst. One of the worst. Like that's like low budget horror movie level of puppet. That's how
he looks stoned out.
That's why they went back and replaced that shit.
How did that get like?
That was the one good replacement. Literally, that was the one good replacement.
Yeah, that was the one good one. Yeah. I'm glad he did that because that shit was terrible.
What was I was watching a reaction.
CG was really good.
I was watching a reaction to something. What was it? And they're like, why does this movie look so good? Like, why does the CGI look so good? And it was like early 2000s, mid 2000s. I'm like, it just was not every movie, but it's like
No.
If a studio like ILM put in all their effort into CGI back then, that shit still holds up. Like Spider-Man 2, I think it was Spider-Man 2. Yeah, there's some of the animations look obvious.
For Weta Digital, don't sleep
Weta's
on
good
Weta.
too, but Spider-Man 2 CGI, there's scenes where it's like, just whoever it was, it's just like, how does this look so good? It's like, it was 2004. That's just the way it was. Now there's so much rush jobs of what happened, and they're constantly changing the script or stuff, and they have to scrap.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened with Black Panther. They did a last minute change to something and decided the final battle is going to be something different, if I remember correctly.
Delay the movie and don't.
So they had to throw that shit together. We make fun of the Flash, but the Flash, they completely changed that movie. They were working on the CGI while the movie was being filmed, like 7 years before it came out, whatever, and then they just had to redo it all for all the changes they made. And it's like, yeah, it looks terrible, but it's like they had to throw that shit together after they had already scrapped. I'd love to see what they originally had, because that Warner Brothers has a good like CG team. That's the same team that worked on the Kong movies. That shit looks.
Pirates of the Caribbean. So the other one actually was really good, like Davy Jones.
It's ridiculous how good that looks.
That man's chest was amazing.
I don't love the movie that
but
much.
Yeah,
but the CGI was good.
Yeah,
and the movie's all right, you know.
But the CG is like darn.
Game. I mean, I feel that same way about like some 16-bit games. I think still look good. That remake of that Dynasty Warriors 3, I was like, I kind of prefer the original PS2 or what I think it was PS2. I kind of prefer the PS2 original graphics to the remake or remaster. It just lost its soul.
Oh yeah, I mean that happened. And look at obviously me and Clock are definitely on, but look at Panzer Dragoon's Way. That shit was ass.
Both the remakes are bad. Like.
Both of them look
just
terrible.
Go with the retro visuals, but make it like Lock 60 and like really cool lighting or something.
Or just do what they did with Panzer Dragoon God
on Xbox.
Xbox. What's the name of it? I can't remember the goddamn name right now. Orta, thank you. Orta. Like Orta got it right. Like it changed the graphics to more modernize them, but it still like stayed true to like the visual style of it. And not just like some, I don't even know what to call that shit they did to the remakes or remasters.
Oh. Not to get back into movies, but the Tron Ares movie, like there's not one. I couldn't find a positive review. Even people who really liked the first two. And Jared Leto is like
Tron's never been.
Jared Leto is just like he's
they've never been great movies. I mean, they've been cool ideas.
I really like Legacy. I mean, I don't quite understand some of the hate it got, but I could see why.
Visually, I love Legacy. Visually, and
I don't like the main actor. I think he's not very good. He's not a very good actor for that role. But Jared Leto's like a cancer to a movie at this point. Like he can be a great actor, but the box office, like his
box office cancer.
Even Blade Runner 2049 that underperformed. Like that was a massive disappointment. And it's like
I was just talking about this. What's his name from Blade Runner 2049?
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling as well.
Ryan Gosling.
He doesn't have a great.
So they put Ryan Gosling and also I don't know names right now.
Ryan Gosling was in Barbie though, and 1.4 billion.
You know the movie Live Die Repeat.
Emily Blunt.
What's her name? Emily Blunt. Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt in a movie together. That shit's gonna completely tank. And that's what happened when it came to
and
the
it's
Fall
an
Guy.
IP from the 80s of a TV series.
Oh, the Fall Guy. Yeah. That was a fun movie though. I do think it was a fun movie.
Watch it.
I'm sure it's fine, but the problem is you got Ryan Gosling and you got Emily Blunt in the same movie. That's just
double whammy.
Like you said, box office cancer because they both have terrible like.
You know who else? There's two others. Is it Toby? He's in the. He's been in every movie he's been in. Has done bad. I gotta look him up. Kebbell.
They keep giving him movies. Taylor Kish.
Taylor Kish.
They stopped. They gave up on him after they said, "All right, that's enough."
Toby
But
I'll say
Kebbell.
Ryan Gosling when he stars with somebody though, it still does pretty well. Like La La Land.
So let me read you
and Barbie.
Toby Kebbell's.
Well, Barbie. I mean, come on.
Toby
Barbie
Fox?
was huge.
No, Toby Fox is a.
So this
director,
dude
right?
was in The Sorcerer's Apprentice. That was a box office flop. He was in Warcraft. Box office flop.
Oh, yes.
Fan Four Stick. Massive bomb.
Oh, what is his name?
He's
I know
over.
you're talking about. I can't think of his name, but
He was in War.
Anyway.
He did do one of the Apes, or he did two of the Apes movies. He was a voice of one of the
Nice.
characters.
you'll find some blockbusters in there. But it's because of the movie, not because of that person.
Rock and Roller was
the
another
franchise.
huge disappointment. It was like Guy Ritchie's return to that style movie, and it's completely tanked. But anyway, I know Terrell's wanting to talk.
I'm super engaged, bro. I swear to God, I am.
Check it out.
I swear to God, I'm super engaged. I promise, bro. I promise. I'm here. I'm here. I swear.
You know what? I gotta check to see if something showed up.
I love movies, bro.
I gotta check to see if something showed up yet, because
I'm excited to hear Robert's opinions on the Xbox console and
What
how
do you
much he's
think
going
of
to
the whole
support it
Game
moving
Pass
forward.
ordeal?
Man, that shit nuts, bro. When I saw that price increase, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be." I said that at the time, like, bro, what is the point of Game Pass now? Like, it's done. Like, it is done. Game Pass Ultimate, and like, I'm like, I don't know how. I don't know
was
how.
chilling across the pond in a whole other country. Like, damn, that's crazy. Time to find some.
You gotta realize that it went up even more in other places. Like Brazil had a 100% increase.
100% increase.
Like it doubled.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding.
Like,
And it wasn't even in the press release. People had to find out retroactively later because they didn't put in the announcement on top of everything else. Shit was crazy.
Know how in the world, like, I unfortunately, like, I can never recommend to someone an Xbox anymore, other than if you are into like backwards compatibility, like me and T or something. Like if you're,
you got to be a niche little group.
The everyday person, it would make no sense at this point to tell them to get an Xbox, man, because Game Pass was the one thing where it's like, you know what?
That was the one thing they had.
someone could probably like get into this and like, you know, like if it's like my uncle or something, he doesn't play so many games, or doesn't spend a lot of money, but he could get a subscription service where he has unlimited amount of cool, you know. But it's like now it's like at that point, $30 a month. I'm telling you, no, just buy the game. At that point, it makes zero sense. Like now
it's
really,
literally $360 a year now. $360. They want to bring us back to the.
It's come back full circle. Come on, Xbox 360, baby.
And the average person gets what, 4 games a year?
Yeah.
The average gamer, like obviously, the average group.
Yeah, the casual,
right. So
I bought this year.
How are you convinced? Like, who is this for?
I was saying max, like
the
4
core
max.
Gamer is just like, I'll just buy this shit and save money, most likely, and own it.
Yeah.
Like why would I do that at $30? Are you serious? Like,
yeah, 30.
Microsoft. If you were Nintendo, maybe you could pull this shit off. Maybe you can get away with this. But you're Microsoft. You've already had like 10 years of like bad publicity, bad press. You know, people just hating you.
Literally.
This, like, you're some company that everybody loves. Like after the years of layoffs and the studio closes, and this is what you do to the one fucking thing you have. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, there's a huge disconnect. That's why I say this isn't Sarah Bond. This isn't Phil Spencer. This is Satya Nadella. He has no connection to the gamers whatsoever.
Yeah,
and he's making those two people look like liars because they've
exactly.
been saying, they've been saying different things, and he's made them go back on the shit that they've said only even a year ago. And he there's gonna be nothing left. You know, The internet is undefeated. Like, if you're hated, you're gonna be hated. Like, it's not gonna, you're not gonna turn it around. You have nothing to turn around with. Oh, new hardware. Who gives a shit about the next Xbox? Who cares? Other than like that 10% of dudes you still rock. Like, who cares?
How you gonna tell someone, oh hey, you should buy the console that just went up in price and also their service that just went up in price by a lot? It's like, I'm like, so you gotta pay more to get an Xbox now and pay more for this Game Pass when you can pay less for on your
Yeah.
competitors and still play the same games that are Microsoft games. You want to play a Microsoft game, you can play it anywhere. They said it themselves. Everything's an Xbox. So in that case, like, I mean, bro, just pick up
Right.
whatever you
And
want to pick
Visor,
up.
you're right, but it's not even fair to compare Sega to this shit because people liked Sega. They didn't want Sega to go. Like, nobody gives a shit if Microsoft goes.
Some people are still sad about Sega, about losing Sega. People are still sad
Yeah,
about that.
still to this day, I'm still sad about that shit.
Well, yeah,
And
that's
excuse me, Microsoft helped usher in that shit. By the way, low key with that bullshit ass operating system they gave. I think they did that shit on purpose. That was some Trojan horse shit. They gave them that easily breakable ass. What was it? What was it? Windows NT or some shit. What was it?
Yeah, Microsoft NT. Yeah, Microsoft NT.
Yeah, Microsoft NT or whatever it was that was powering the Dreamcast that made it so easy to just rip games to that bitch. Like, it was so easy, and that helped kill the Dreamcast. And I think Microsoft did that shit on purpose, bro. I feel like they killed. It's like we got one less person to worry about, one less company to worry about when we come in. And like, oh yeah, you can continue on Dreamcast on your Xbox, original Xbox. We got Panzer Dragoon Orta. If you want to play Shenmue 2 in North America, you gotta get it on Xbox. And like, so it was like they were the new Dreamcast. And at the time, I was like, they ushered that shit in. I think they. Or what was it? Jet Set Radio. Also, they had big fucking Dreamcast games on Xbox, the original Xbox in the beginning. I think they did that shit on purpose. I think they killed off Sega, and they're trying to kill off everybody else apparently too.
Well, including themselves. Now they're trying to kill themselves,
including themselves. Like, what is the end game? That's what I just don't understand. It's like,
I don't get it. Like, I'm trying, even business wise, I just don't get it.
You spend all this fucking money. You spent $80 billion goddamn dollars, and you don't understand the industry that you're spending that much money into. Like, you have no clue.
I told you last week, the place I work for, they wanted to hit the shareholders' goal, and they just raised the prices 3 times in a year. Because we, instead of trying to sell more, like, we always sold more when we lowered our price, maybe offered free shipping for a month. We get all kinds of like sales boosts that these new people buy us, and they're like, oh, we'll just raise the price 3%, 4%, and by the end of the year we're up 11% from the start of the year to try to hit our goal. And actually, what happened was we went even lower because people figured it out and stopped buying from us all entirely. So it's just, how are these people? I guess it's just the pressure of being at the top, and you gotta the guy above you tells you we have to hit the sales goal, and then they have to do whatever they can do, otherwise they're getting fired. And that's basically, I don't know if that's what happened with Xbox, but that's what happened where I worked.
And Nintendo needs to get some heat too. I get pushback, mostly in my comment sections and stuff, when I talk about how corporate Nintendo is. Yes, Nintendo has always been corporate, but they've had people in there to push that shit away a little bit. Like when the Wii came out, and Nintendo had wanted nothing to do with packing in Wii Sports. It took fucking Reggie to force them to get them to do that. It took a long time for him to convince them to do that. And that was beneficial to us. And he did other things like that as well throughout the history of his tenure. I can't think. There's another big one I can't think of. I can't remember. Obviously, he's also been known to be, on the other side of that too, when it came to like Xenoblade Chronicles and all that stuff getting localized. Like, I think from what I've heard, it was him that didn't want that to happen, or didn't.
Well, I think he did. I think he was also part of like the Wii Play, like putting the Wii remote in Wii Play.
Wii Play, right? That was another one. That was another thing. So when you have people, yes, they've all because Nintendo did not want to give shit away. They don't want to give anything away. And even Iwata wasn't. He didn't like the idea of giving
No, yeah.
software away. What he thought was he was the same, but it took somebody like Reggie to convince him and finally it happened. And then what happens is you get shit like $10 fucking what is that fucking game for Switch 2? The game
Welcome tour.
Welcome tour. That shit would not have happened if you had a guy like Reggie in. You know, that's the kind of shit that, you know. So yes, Nintendo's always been corporate, of course. But when you have certain people in to kind of like turn them away from some of that shit, that it's effective. It's important to have that. So we don't have that anymore. You know, Iwata's gone. Obviously, Reggie's gone. And Furukawa can give two fucks. He's like, all of the money, please. He wants it all. And not only does he want the money now, he wants to re-up from shit that they didn't get during Wii U and all all the other things.
Virtual
He's trying to
Boy.
re-up
Well,
and shit. So
I would recommend,
Boy.
you know,
He trying to re-up on Virtual Boy. God damn.
I would
that's
recommend
crazy.
if you know if you never listened or read the Reggie book, like it's a really good book, and like he does
I heard that. Yeah.
he does go really deep into that, and yeah, like Iwata was one that he's like, yeah, I don't know about the whole put in Wii Sports package, like, and they went along with it. So North America had a package, Japan did not have a package,
Did not.
and they
Right.
saw a big difference in
Who sold
sales.
more?
Yeah, they saw a
Right.
big difference in sales, especially at the start, because of Wii Sports in America, and it was like
Right.
the system seller to get the word of mouth and
Yeah,
how it
it would
works.
not have been the phenomenon it was without Wii Sports being in that
Yeah.
box.
For sure.
The Wii would not have been that phenomenon.
Visor brought up a good point
So,
though. The Yamauchi's stubbornness or strict business policies led
Yamauchi.
to all these third parties
Yeah.
going to PlayStation, made PlayStation just easy for them to say, hey,
Well, not only
come over
PlayStation,
here.
go even earlier, like with Sega, like
Yeah.
they had that was another one that I read. It was another book, but it was like, you know, because of how strict they were, like a lot of third parties wanted Sega to be like higher up with the Genesis and
Yeah.
stuff, you know.
Right.
And so like EA and stuff would start to go with the
That was
Genesis
too ruthless, too greedy, like trying to
Yeah, like
control the entire industry basically.
there was some reasoning behind it. You know, obviously they went way too far, but the industry was in fucking shambles when Nintendo came in. So they wanted to put in place, you know, policies that would thwart some of the bad things that happened that caused the
that's
crash,
true.
like shitty games, just like people were just making garbage ass games, and that helped hurt the crash. So that's why Nintendo had the lockout chip and all that kind of stuff. You know, it was important for them to do some of that stuff, but clearly, when it got to Super Nintendo, they went too far. Some of the shit they were doing, it was like, all right, we just go to Sega. Sega's kicking ass too.
They
We'll help
basically
them,
just kept
you know,
seeing what they could get away with as far as charging for the cartridges and stuff and the licensing fees.
Yeah.
And
well, no, but not only that, but you were only able to like publish like 3 games a year, something like that. It was like some very specific thing. It was a lot of things because and again, like you said, it made sense at the time because they didn't want to repeat all of Atari stuff.
Yeah.
Like all the Atari stuff is what made it everything that people were buying so much shit on Atari and they're like, dude, this is all shit. Meanwhile, so they're like, all right, we're gonna lock this down. And
now,
you know,
nowadays you get all the shovelware.
But unfortunately, though, you know, it's like it's one of those things where it's like, you know, later on that it kind of bit them in the ass. But
it bit them in the ass.
Especially when Square left.
Actually, now you can upload anything on the eShop anyway. It doesn't matter. You can upload a whole bunch of AI slop
and Nintendo 64 cartridges were expensive as shit. You know, like people forget that.
And they didn't have
those games were
originally they didn't have enough storage. They didn't have much. They
didn't have enough storage, right?
It wasn't till a year later.
Nintendo loves this problem.
Yeah,
they love this problem where they put out like low storage fucking carts, and then later they trickle out. You know,
here's
more
the 256 meg.
Yeah,
this is Resident Evil 2, and I forget what other ones were the 256, but they kind of trickled it out. And I mean, in some regards, that was fine, but in others, like I remember I bring this up the GameCube memory card. It only if you had Madden, that took up your whole card. You needed one card just for Madden, just to save your season.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It would put. That's why they would put little uh, memory card holders in your
They
GameCube
thought you
case.
just buy a card for almost
because
every game.
I'm just gonna buy a
Basically,
memory card for every game.
$20 tax
Yeah,
on
fuck
every game.
you.
You know,
Yeah.
Madden might have been $50, but it was $70 if you wanted to have a season.
Exactly.
Not just play expedition matches or.
Animal Crossing was the same. You needed a fucking card for that game. You had a card. They had a card specifically for that freaking game. It actually came with the game. So
honestly,
did that.
I remember the PS2 versus GameCube memory card. The PS2 had so much more storage. I forget how much more. It was ridiculous how much more storage. Yeah, they were more expensive. It was like $50 versus $20, but it was more than 2 times. It was like I'd be curious to see what
You
it
didn't
was.
need more than 2 in your whole life, probably, with the PS2 game memory cards. And then they offered like higher capacity ones later.
Yeah, I got the.
Remember that SD card? There was supposed to be a fucking SD card connector. They never released that bitch, by the way. I still have the magazine that shows like it was a GameCube memory card with the SD card slot in it. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. They never released that bitch. They're like, we're making too much money on these memory cards. We ain't releasing that shit. That would have killed their whole memory card sales.
Well, especially back then, they probably needed all those dollars from for.
This probably would have been a large one back then. 512. It's reversed, obviously.
Yeah,
512 megabytes. I bet you I paid $40 for that damn thing for my digital camera.
That's
not
awesome.
Gigabytes, kids. Megabytes.
It's funny.
Back in my day, we used megabytes over the kilobytes. I don't know about these gigabytes.
We pulled some old stuff out of the storage. We had like a server rack at work, and they're using all virtual, and we had some physical hard drives, and I'm like pulling them out, and it was almost like a laptop size one, and then there's a full size one, and I'm like, in my mind, I was reading terabytes. I was like, what was it? 128 gigabyte. I'm like, 128 terabyte. Damn, that's huge. I'm like, wait a minute, that's fucking gigabytes. Like that's like nothing. It was. I don't remember how old they were, but yeah, it's crazy thinking about that. I always remember. He built a computer. I think he built it, and he's Napster was the thing of the time, getting your MP3s through Napster. And he had a 1 gigabyte hard drive, and he's like, I'll never fill this thing up. He's like, because back then the Napster files, people would compress them. They sounded terrible, but you'd get like 10,000 songs on like a 512 like SS or hard drive, not a SSD but HDD, and yeah, he's like, yeah, maybe it was a 2 gigabyte, but he's like, I'll never fill this thing up. I remember one of the games he bought was like I don't know if it was a Mafia game or something around that in the early 2000s, and I can't tell you what size it was, but we thought it was huge, and it was probably like 40 megabytes, whatever it was. I don't know what it was, but yeah. Anyway, now that Terrell's here, so I got 2 movies just got delivered, so I'm gonna show you the first one. I want you to guess what the second one is. Okay, so
there's no fucking way.
This is the first one.
I know what you
Classic.
did last summer.
4K.
Okay.
I watched a video where a guy was talking about good 4K movies on 4K, like good video 4K shot on film. Okay. What's the second movie?
Is it related to the first movie in any way?
No. So it's also a 4K.
Oh, what the fuck? I hate. Why would you do this to me?
Well, is it anime? Is it anime because it's Terrell?
I will say it's not anime.
Is it?
Not
is
anime.
it?
Not anime.
There's a little coloration. Oops. Hold on.
A little blue.
Blue. That Avatar. I can't be. You already own that.
Superman.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did say you were gonna get Superman.
I didn't.
Superman.
You did?
I did not say that.
I didn't think.
No, you said you were gonna watch it. I thought.
Hey, I don't care about no Superman.
What?
Oh, is that
Oh,
I
wait.
ain't gonna say.
Well, Sonic the Hedgehog
Oh,
3.
Sonic! God damn
I
it!
was gonna say. I was gonna
My
try to
brain
lead
didn't even think
I don't know
about
why
it.
I bought
Jesus
this. It was
Christ!
$14.99. I said fuck it.
That's
You haven't.
Do you have
very
the other
I
two?
forgot
You do have the
I
other
got
two,
the
right?
first one, not the second one.
Oh, okay, okay.
Man, I think the second one's better than the first one. What the fuck?
Second one's
Third
trash.
one is the best one. Third one is definitely the best one.
Yeah, overall, I think it's the best one. Although I will say the second one does have a lot of good stuff in it, though.
Well, I think it goes literally first one,
Like the wedding?
second one, third one. Like I
The
think
wedding
it
is the worst
progressively got
part.
better.
The only thing about the wedding I
I love
like
that
is the
scene.
gun reference. The gun reference from Sonic Adventure 2, I like that.
Alright.
But other than that, yeah, you're right. Fuck that wedding.
Well, yeah, the wedding.
I like when Bridezilla.
That was a side quest
wild.
we didn't need. God damn.
That was a hell of a side
Well,
quest.
Sonic 3 is generally a great movie, and it's something that like when I watched in theaters, I got pretty hyped at moments and stuff. I
Really?
enjoyed it.
I was watching
it's
it
really
on
good.
Yeah,
Peacock
The latter
or
half of
whatever.
it goes crazy.
I feel like
It's
I was.
mostly about
Easily my
Sonic.
favorite one of the three.
I feel like I was drifting. Like my attention was drifting in the third one, but that's because I was just watching on streaming. For some reason, I'm less inclined to like
Which one?
Sonic 3.
Oh, so you did see Sonic 3?
Yeah,
Oh,
I thought it was
So
okay,
you
but
didn't
I
really
was
give it?
like, I was losing.
Oh,
It
it was
wasn't
okay.
holding me. But I saw it.
okay.
It was on sale. I needed one more movie to get like same day shipping.
He's not a Sonic fan.
I always
Because
hate
they-
that.
they
It's like
should
the sign was a formality because I want that same day shipping. You're like, bruh.
The movie I really wanted hasn't
come
showed up
on,
yet.
You'll
man.
never watch that
Here's
bitch
a
once and
fantastic,
never watch that bitch again.
fantastic animated movie.
What is that? I don't think I've
That
heard of that one.
That had
The only movies I want to buy are the ones I know I want to watch multiple times. Like
Flo had.
Yeah, I've only been getting like my favorite movies of the year.
I feel like
one of my
Flo was
favorites of the
kind
year.
of I saw a couple good and a couple mediocre opinions of it. I don't know what it actually.
Really, this is one of the highest rated like animated movies almost ever, probably in the recent years at least.
Come on. I'm gonna look that one up.
But
Ooh.
yeah, I watched this guy. He test 4Ks versus the Blu-ray. And
Look,
I'm
you
getting
like
sucked
cats.
in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I looked into it.
It is
Stickers,
fantastic.
goddamn.
Fantastic movie. Comes with
Let me
it's
see.
the part of the
video
Criterion
games didn't even
collection.
do that. They putting
Yeah, I
They
saw
put
that.
fucking stickers.
That's why I was looking at it. Was the Criterion Collection came out, and I was like, "What is this movie?" And maybe someday. But
want to feel old.
Super Mario Brothers.
Bring it on just at the 25th anniversary.
The Super Mario Brothers movie is now in 4K with the 30th anniversary edition. Well, it's just Super Mario Brothers.
Damn.
Talk like some of these
The original?
movies. I'm like, I don't care how good the 4K restoration is. There's no fixing
got
some
this, too.
movies. Like I love Jurassic
What?
Park, but Jurassic Park's not the visually. It's not the cleanest looking. Like I don't know if it was the cameras they used, the film stock they used, but it's or just because the CG they mixed in
I think it was a CG mix.
the color grade. Like it's not very contrasty. It's kind of but it's still a great movie. Just I never thought it looked like amazing.
Oh yeah.
There was something gaming. Oh, the Pokemon leaks.
Yeah.
Oh, Nintendo
Yeah.
Prime posts a photo like it's an actual like next gen, and it's like it almost looks like that Xbox game. I think it was Xbox that they showed. There's no way, like
the
if
Xbox
that's the
game.
next Pokemon. But he's like, oh, that's just a concept. But that
Mike-
I saw the actual video, and it looks very close to that. I don't want to get in trouble with Nintendo though. And then why'd you post like that was the actual game? I hate.
Wait, well, I have to see the
My
image.
friend had
There is
one
an
brought
image
that up.
of like the
There's
game and
there's
then
footage.
Well, I-
There's
I-
game engine
I read
footage.
his responses with people saying that's not the game.
Hold
And it's
on.
like, well, I didn't want to get in trouble
I'll
with
grab
Nintendo,
it.
but it looks very
I just
close.
wanna
Oh,
say-
gotcha.
That my casual gamer friend from work, the one I talked about that was all over Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, he didn't care. He brought up the fact that, oh, did you see the what was it called? I forgot what he said. I don't know if he talked about the Pokemon links because that was after I saw him last. But we brought up something, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I saw the fact that they're making this really high quality, visually looking game for Xbox, and they put out these GameCube looking games on the Switch."
Oh yeah, he's talking about the game
He's like,
freak
"That's
game.
kinda
I
not
remember.
cool." yeah, he's kind of that's not cool. And I was like, wow, even he saw that. I wasn't expecting that shit at all from him. So
Where is that
I was
footage?
like,
I just saw it
why
a
does that
minute
game look
ago.
so good? And these
Well,
Pokemon games look terrible.
they leaked their titles up till 2030, so it's like 4 years.
Yeah, I think it was
And
that.
why hasn't the fucking Elephant game came to Switch at this point? That's a good game.
Tembo,
Oh, I know you're
was
talking
it
about the
Tembo
one
the
that was on
Badass Elephant, whatever
PlayStation
it's called?
4. Yeah,
On Xbox too. I
yeah,
played it
it
on
is.
Game Pass. I was like, why isn't this game on
What
Switch
is it
at
called?
this
Like,
point?
I think it's like Tembo the Badass Elephant.
All it
Something like
really
the
did. I
Badass
mean, the league games weren't anything crazy to me. It's like, hey, look, there's a Gen 10 game. We already knew that. There's a Gen 11 game in 2030. Well, if Gen 10 comes out in 2026, that's 4 years. Okay, you're just gonna do Gen 11 in 4 years. Like the only thing that changed is that the rate used to be 3 years. It's just gone back to 4 years, like it used to be for a little bit. And then the Legends 3, which is also not a surprise to me because Legend seems to be like a
get
staple
kinda
side
in
series
depth
now.
with like the next one in Legends 3. So and there's that one where it's like all the regions connected.
That was the only one I think that was of note where I was like, oh, okay,
Does that make
that. It depends on which regions they smash together. So in the Pokemon universe, they've referenced that certain regions are near each other. They haven't gone into detail about every region, but like for example, I think Paldea is close to like Unova. I think Galar and Kalos are kind of connected. That one could be fun depending on the. Depends on when. I need to be curious. That one would probably come out, I would think, in the next 2 years, the way they usually do those. Because we haven't had a remake since Brilliant Diamond, I think. And that's been a couple of years ago, at least a year or two ago.
Yeah.
So they're overdue for the remake. I can see is coming as early as 2028, 2029. And
That's
then
what I was
obviously
seeing,
you got Legends. Legends 3 probably be either 2029 or 2020 or 2030. And then 2030 be Gen 11. It depends on how they do it. But if they do it.
Well, from the date wise, they already said. I mean, from the documents, they said 2026 is Gen 10.
Yeah.
Next year, 2027 was Legends 3, and then 2030 was Gen 11 with 2029 or 2028 being that
remake. I honestly would switch. I would switch the remake in Legends 3's positioning because Legends is coming out Thursday, giving it only about a year or so of a gap. I'm like, yeah, I need you to break that up a little bit. Give me some. Give me some space. You okay, T? T, what's going on, bro?
Harris broke me with his comment, bro.
Wait, hold on. What did you say?
He broke me.
Hold on. Wow, I don't took Game Freak. A decade to decide to learn the 3DS engine was straight ass for an open world game. Yeah, where the I need to find that footage. I saw it earlier. Someone actually someone had footage of their whatchamacallit.
I did see footage of like they got a new engine that they're doing for their next game.
They're calling it the Poke EX engine or something along those lines. Is this it? I see the Imager thing, but this is a Legends thing. This isn't
Thank you.
Hold on.
Thank you.
Oh wait, hold on. I'm getting harassed.
So he's.
And then also apparently I think I saw like the budgets for the game came out, and they're it would need to sell only like 40,000 copies to break even.
Really?
Like they're really low the budget. Yeah.
My God.
I'm not even joking.
I guess that's
like
smart
apparently
business.
it was like
surprised.
That's smart.
It was like
business
it was
right
like
there.
20 million. Like the new game that comes out next year is like $20 million the budget.
Jesus Christ, man.
But that's also because the yen is weaker. So technically, you could say, let's say double at 40 million. That would only be like 500,000 copies to break even or something.
No wonder they don't have voice acting. They're not pushing tech like that. They know it's going to sell.
I found that hilarious.
They're going to sell. It's going to sell at least 10 million minimum. Like no matter what they.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like 500,000 copies is nothing for this franchise. You know, like it's going to sell so much.
That's like the first couple hours.
Literally.
Speaking of selling,
that's pre-order number. That's their pre-order numbers.
I just saw
a
kind of a funny. Wasn't supposed to be funny, but Game Rant Is that the same? Is that somebody mocking them? I thought it was Games Rant, but anyway, it says Game Rant. It's a post. Yeah, it's Game Rant. It's the official. They said if Hogwarts Legacy 2 wants to avoid the same boycotts its predecessor faced, the sequel cannot take the same approach. Someone pointed out 34 million copies sold. Yeah, they really want to make sure they avoid those boycotts.
Yeah, avoid it. Yeah.
First game to beat Call of Duty in 15 years, and it's like somebody
Yeah.
actually wrote an article. Now maybe if they just, I mean, it's just worded
Now
that way.
look, the sentiment I completely understand. I agree with 100%. But you're not hurting that lady at this point.
And
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
she
You're
didn't
hurting
have anything to do
the
with the game.
developers. Yeah,
Yeah, nothing to do with
the
it.
And the
game.
game has like you can have a transgender character and everything. Like I never.
That's what I was
understood that.
saying.
Right.
Like
Everything she doesn't want.
about that too. So I don't know. I
Like,
understand.
she made her money. You're not hurting her with this. You're not hurting her.
Exactly. Also, Game Rant. I mean, these dudes. I mean, a lot of these dudes be posting like. I
They
mean,
gotta
if
write
you look at
something,
latest.
I mean,
They write a bajillion thing every single day. You know, unfortunately, and I've noticed that like especially games journalism and just journalism, like these type of websites. Unfortunately, you have to just try to get rage bait, click through rate. Because like literally, it's the
Yeah,
only
I mean,
way. It's
you
so
know,
tough to
and
get to compete with like YouTube and
exactly. I
stuff.
do feel some kind of bad because nobody reads this shit anymore. Like
yeah,
nobody
it's true.
reads it, and I feel bad that that's where the industry is, and they feel
Yeah.
like they have to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
It's-
I just don't take it seriously.
Me
You can't
too.
take it
I don't take it
seriously because it's
seriously.
not serious.
Yeah.
The other thing is now with the AI, like you don't even have to read the articles anymore. The AI summarizes. And it's like,
Well, not only that, but you talk about AI. How many articles do you think are made just by AI? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
at this point. But
Right.
just like
make
if
me
you
an
Google
article,
search now, it just summarizes. You don't even have to click on the article,
Yeah.
so they're not getting clicks anymore. And it's like,
Yeah.
Like you got to do what Nintendo's doing, bro. Just making shit up. It's like, come on, bro. He said something about. I only saw the headline. Something about Mario Kart World, I think, in Japan or something. Not Japan. It wasn't Japan. It's probably UK or some shit. He's trying to find everything he can possibly find.
Wait,
Because he has
I mean,
his
literally,
audience now. You have to feed that audience that you have now. So it's just like every day is a negative.
it's like,
It can't be that much negativity.
wait,
it comes
he's
to
trying to
Nintendo.
find any little thing to make a video on at that point.
Yeah,
right?
everything he makes a big thing out of. Like, well, we just saw the sales number.
it's
I
just
think they're
like
doing
Super Metal
pretty
Dave
well.
and the
like I think they're doing
the Switch
pretty
Pro videos that he just kept doing for
Right.
2 years, and the Metroid Prime 4 new information. There was nothing. We went how many years without a single peep?
good. It was literally
And he was making videos like twice a month on Metroid Prime 4 information. Like I'm sorry, like I don't understand how people continue to like click on that. Like you
eat
don't.
that shit up.
You fool me
Tens
once,
of thousands of
fool me
views.
twice, and I'm out. Like there's a YouTuber in the home theater space. First I saw his video. He's calling out this like super expensive audio processor. He actually sounded like he was using it, but I don't think he actually had one. And he's like pointing out flaws. I'm like, wow, that's refreshing. Nobody ever calls out this company. Next video I see of him, he's calling out another brand that people talk about. Then he's calling out YouTubers. Oh, this guy, that's all he's gonna do. He's trying to make a name for himself by calling out the big brands and the big YouTubers. I was like, all right. Do not recommend. I haven't seen his channel pop up since. And then other people were like sharing in Discord, like, look at this guy. Like, what does he do? I'm like, don't click out his video. You don't have to do anything. Just don't watch the content. He's just obviously trying to make a name of other people and has no real actual content to himself. It's just
It's like salt miners. It's the contingent of YouTubers who don't make content, video game stuff, but they make content about other YouTubers all the fucking time.
Oh, yeah.
Every day it's let's look at stupid things somebody said on Twitter and blah blah. Like that's all. You don't have anything. You don't have. Do you like video games? Like I don't understand. That's your whole thing, and they get a lot of views, so it's working. Because there's just a lot of people who just
OJ got
just wanna
criticized
troll.
initially because his website was just links to other people's it was an article just basically copying what this another person said, but he would link their article in his summary.
An article of an article.
He would summarize their article and then link it. And
summarize their article and then link it.
I used to use Player Essence back then. Like,
well, to be fair,
that's not a bad resource because not everybody's going to look at 20 different fucking websites every day.
Y'all talking about the greatest gaming website, playeressence.com? That's crazy.
Hey, I was a part of that. Me and T, we were, I don't even know what he called us.
You were the Player Essence network. Right?
Yeah, we were in the network.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were.
I have no idea who it was. Crazy kind
Not
of
anymore. They left us behind now. Oh, you talking about the crazy kid?
Yeah, he just had wild takes.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Just he was a wild card kind of guy. But yeah, Rent-A-Center has been scamming for 40 years. Yeah, Rent-A-Center, man. That
yeah, my friend bought his. I remember my best friend bought his Sega Saturn from Rent-A-Center, and he paid like 3 times as much as it was, it was worth at the time. He paid like $900 basically for it.
They got you.
It's like, bro, just, and then he ended up selling it anyway. Like
Terrell, you weren't here when Robert mentioned the budget, were you? Did you
money
for what?
For Pokemon?
For the
what was the budget?
Like so the newest one that's coming out next year which is like the highest one. It was, when you convert it to US dollars, is 20 million. Well, 19 point something million dollars, so almost $20 million, which is that sounds pretty low, because if you do the math, it's like 500,000 copies. It's already making a profit.
Yeah, it sounds on brand.
Yeah, you know that they're gonna sell 25.
Well, Hellblade's budget, the original Hellblade was 10 million.
Okay, I found the in-engine leaks they had. Let me post it.
Don't share it.
Oh, yeah, I guess
don't play it on stream though.
Yeah, because it's technically Nintendo Ninjas. I'll send it through Hangouts. That's what I'll do. Let me see. Just as loose.
Yeah, that's I did think that was funny. I'm like I know, lower budgets is good for surviving and all that, but at the same time, they're Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon realistically, people already made that joke that like Pokemon's in no position to be still doing as low. Like in the long run, it's great. In the short term, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this doesn't even look that. I mean, it's a waste.
You can't put another 10 mil in there. Like,
this does not look near as good as that Nintendo Prime photo he shared. That it was a lush forest.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, this is like super like there's not like a bunch of textures.
That's definitely an improvement. The lighting looks like way more realistic on that.
Also, I don't think
500,000 copies for 20 million units or 20 million budget. Is that what you said? So you can't up that budget to 40 million and have to sell 1 million copies before you get a profit?
Actually, no. I take that back. 400,000 copies.
25 million of them fuckers.
Shut up.
This is $60.
You can't double the budget.
And that's $60. That's not $70 that they be selling.
Well, they don't get 100% of that. If it's
all right, well,
let's say
$30. Let's say $30.
I would say 45 to 50 probably they get.
I mean, the idea is that they sold 1 million to be fine.
$30. Just even cheaper. Let's go $30.
So can we double that budget? That's what I'm saying. Let's double that budget to where.
And that's for Legends, or is that for the game that's supposed to come, or the game that'll be announced?
That was the highest
next
budget
year
on there apparently.
That's for the highest for next year's.
Oh, well then, damn.
Where profitability starts at 1 million units.
Well, damn, that makes me wonder what the hell was Legends' budget then? Are you worried about
not reaching 1 million units sold? Come on. Let's be real.
That's what I'm saying. You worried about not selling 700,000 copies? Come on.
I don't think they're not worried about it. I think it's just being cheap for the sake of being cheap. Not because they need to be cheap. That's just how they are.
But also, to be fair, their budget is probably smaller because they don't.
Game for Xbox. It looks like fucking you put some money into that shit. At least some time and effort into the visuals.
But also, I think the budget is lower because they're spending not as much time. Like they're not spending that 5, 6, 7 years development time that maybe they could and should. That would technically boost that budget to.
Yeah, Maybe they should.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know, or at
I
least
don't know.
you got to find some way. Well, it don't matter because they don't care shit. I don't buy their game. Like there's millions and millions of other people who are gonna buy it. I would buy it if you did these things.
And again, like we always
Now
say,
I want to
like
go buy Digimon. I'm actively looking to buy Digimon. I ain't played a Digimon game in like 20 years, and this is my protest buy. Is I'm gonna get Digimon
Did you
instead.
mention the Legends ZA budget? It's 13 million.
Okay, there you go. 13.
$13
That's
million.
13 million.
So how much would that Zelda?
Imagine
13 million would be like 200,000 copies.
Right.
Let's see, 30. Again, we're going on a lower end, $30 per copy. You said how much? 13 million?
Mm-hmm.
So by like 450,000 copies, they're making a profit.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's a $70 game.
And again, like, and realistically, like, I think a large portion of that is also due to, not like it's not just throw more money at it and it's just gonna somehow be better, but at the same time, it's like
right.
But it's like a longer development cycle.
You clearly need more of this or that because your games are coming out. Not
I've always made the argument. I've always made the argument that Nintendo. I mean, Pokemon games have always needed a longer development cycle. They're just not going to get it because Pokemon's money comes from the games, even though the games aren't the biggest makers of their money. They make the most money off of like plushies and side shit. They don't make it off of the fucking games.
Right.
But the games facilitate all that because where do you get the new Pokemon design from? The new region, the new characters, and the anime does it. Like the anime can't do its stuff. You can't make plushies. You can't make new TCG cards without having the game. The game is the foundation. So the game as a result, which needs the most development time, is the thing that has to come out the quickest. So I think the development cycle for Pokemon games has always been somewhere between 3 to 4 years. And there's been arguments because one, they still using this small ass studio. I think their studio is like less. It's like, I think it's like 100 people or less. It's like in that range. And people are like, bro, why don't you grow the studio out? And I don't know if it's not a money thing. It's gotta be just a,
it's definitely not a money thing.
Yeah, I'm assuming it from what
Pokemon
people have always.
Is going nowhere. Like it's one of those solid bets you can make. It's going nowhere anytime soon. Invest in that shit a little bit more. Come on.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think they need to be able to make money off of it without having to have a new game come out every 3 or 4 years. The biggest problem Pokemon always suffers from is because the games are the most important thing to expanding everything else in their circle. The games, unfortunately, are the ones that suffer the most. And then people always talking about. Oh, go ahead.
You're saying, you got Pokemon Legends also now that they're going back and forth with. I mean, that's
but Legends.
It's made by
Legends. Yeah, but Legends doesn't make nearly as much as the mainline series does. Like, I think
that shit's still like 15 million or some crazy thing.
No, you're talking. Wait, hold on. You about Arceus?
Arceus wasn't it?
Arceus is up there.
It was in the double digits, I thought.
It was definitely
it was at least
double digits.
10, 11.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. 2014, 14.
Yeah.
And that's without
whatever.
The budget of that game was probably half.
That's without doing the double.
Yeah, he just said it.
And also, my thing is like technically, like imagine if you just if you had a second development team or third development team to work on stuff. I'm sure that I don't know. It's strange. It is strange, but at the same time, it's like what's it called? That since they come out like so quick from each other, you would think that maybe if you just take not 3 to 4 years, but 4 to 5 years, see how that.
I used to love the animations and the anime show because of the energy of it, and you fucking go to play the game and people are doing this shit. And I'm like, really? Still?
Yeah.
At this point,
yeah, still.
Like I don't get any of that energy that I used to get from the show. These games are just ancient when it comes to the tech.
You remember Miyamoto said that they needed to sell 2 million copies of Breath of the Wild to break even.
Yeah, because
Which,
Zelda was their most expensive game, if I remember correctly.
if you do the math, even at $30 would be $60 million, which is still obviously more than that. But like, I don't know what they, maybe they think $45. I don't know exactly what their price target is in terms of each copy, but still 60 million.
Maybe trying to sell you as 2 versions of the goddamn game too.
You know, if you went 45, there's 90 million budget for Breath of the Wild. That probably sounds about right, probably something like that. But you know, it's just obviously that one ended up selling really well anyway. But it's like you know, yeah, you know, they could give them like an extra 20
No, I
million
agree.
for Pokemon.
I agree.
You know?
No. I don't think it's an. I think it's partially a lot of people made the argument that Game Freak doesn't like making Pokemon as a result. That's the argument I've heard. My issue with Pokemon has always been I feel like they
You
want to
can't
do.
find passionate devs that love Pokemon to make Pokemon. I mean, come on.
No, that's
They
not
can
the issue.
hire-
I think the genuine issue is that I feel like when it comes to Pokemon in its creation, Pokemon has become so much bigger than what I think even they expected it to become. That now it's an argument of what side of Pokemon do you focus on. Like for a while, Pokemon didn't care about anything but just the game mechanics, and as a result, most people love the older titles. And then it tried to do more narrative stuff, which is when you got things like Sun and Moon that treated itself almost like a serious RPG. And then in the last 2 generations, we've had a heavy focus on the competitive scene with battle mechanics and fucking all these different items that change that. And I think honestly, they need to do what I think they're going to do is separate that shit. I need Pokemon. My biggest thing with Pokemon is make that bitch a proper RPG. Stop doing this weird half step where it's kind of an RPG, but it's mostly just a children's game. Like I need my RPG roots in there. I need some proper side quests, a deeper story, a focus on narrative that isn't this weird. I'll give you an example. Yeah. Scarlet and Violet is a normal Pokemon story as you get to the end of the game, and then it's like, oh, by the way, you know the professor who gives out your, oh, he's dead. That's just a random fact that's thrown at the end of the game, and you're just like, what? Oh, you're gonna fight this AI robot that he created when he died, huh? Oh, by the way, have fun with your Pokemon adventure. What? Why is this in the game? Why? Because I think they want to do stuff like that.
You're saying you grew up and Pokemon didn't grow up with you.
No, fuck you. I knew you were gonna do some shit to me, bro. I can't take you nowhere, bro. I hate it. I want them to be free of some of the shackles they've created for themselves. They already said they're announcing Pokemon Champions, which seems to be more for the competitive scene. Cool. Take that shit out the main game, make the main game narrative focus.
Out of the main game.
Yes. Let that shit be narrative focused. Give me a proper RPG and stop having to be put in a position where you have to make new mons every year. I mean, every generation. Pokemon is good enough, I think, can just survive on our narrative alone if the narrative is better and it feels like a traditional RPG. Legends is obviously them trying a new battle system, which we'll see. I'll see on Thursday how I feel about it because it's different. And we don't have any other games as a basis for that.
Well, that's cool that, again, they are trying something different, absolutely, with that system, because it looks very much like, to me, it looks a lot like Xenoblade, man. It really does, like, in terms of, like...
I need to get my hands on it, because the moves have cooldown and all that other stuff. I just need to get my hands on it. I think the problem is, since they're already working on Generation 10, and Gen 10 is probably towards the latter stages of development, even whatever feedback they get from this won't really affect Generation 10 much at all. Because we're too late in the year. Like, it's fucking October. And that game will probably come out around this time next year as the holiday game. So you
want it more like Monster Hunter Stories in terms of, like, you know,
kind of that. Actually, I think Monster Hunter Stories is a good basis. I would go with. I think that one works. I think I just need the narrative to change a little bit, and I need them to do shit that makes the game challenging again, bro. One of the worst things about Pokemon is that Pokemon was never a hard game, but it wasn't brain dead easy. And I'm gonna be real with you, the last couple of gens have been brain dead easy. Hell, Gen 7 I let go because that was narrative focused. Like if you play Gen 7 very much cares about its plot. Everything else is kind of like, oh,
that's Sun and Moon, right?
Yeah, Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon cares more. Even the way they were promoting Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon announced every single Pokemon that was gonna be in the game before the game came out. Like it's like, I'm not dealing with this leak shit. Here's all the Pokemon. And we're like,
yeah.
Okay, so what we do? Narrative. Focus on the narrative.
Yeah.
And the narrative's good, but it's one of those.
Which I did think. I mean, that's true because I did think the narrative there was some cool characters and stuff that was happening in Sun and Moon.
Yeah, and then you hear what T says, and they'd be like, "Yeah, but the characters are having these deep emotional moments, and they're just doing."
And they're going, yeah. That's
like, fuck, what the hell is that?
Completely pulls me right out of it.
I'm like, God damn it! If you're gonna do this, commit all the way. And then Gen 8 tried to be a mix of both, and Gen 9 tried to focus on the open world, try to pull some Zelda shit. And I'm gonna be real with you, Pokemon's never a game I cared about open world for. Legends can do that all day. Legends, I don't mind that being the open world title where you're exploring nature and dealing with Pokemon in the world. That's a perfectly fine game. But fucking like the main games, give me a strong narrative.
Open world. Yeah.
That Zelda Breath of the Wild created a standard. And we got a bunch of games that said, I'm going to just do that. And some of them did it really well. And some of them just said, well, all we need is the open world. And I think Pokemon just said, here's the open world and didn't change the game mechanics to work with the open world. I bet money, everyone who plays Scarlet and Violet has a bunch of, the trainers you fight throughout the game, they made them optional. You remember you used to have to walk by them, they lock you in the eye and be like, oh, I saw you, you see me, we fighting. Now it's just like, oh no, you can just talk to them. I promise no one's fought any of those trainers in that game.
Fight? Sure, maybe, I don't know.
No, I promise you, nobody's fought any of those trainers in Scarlet and Violet. Because you don't have to. You just wander in the world throwing balls at shit and eating sandwiches and picnics.
I mean, I haven't played Scarlet and Violet, but I mean, I don't mind that the idea of like seeing trainers on the ground and them not just versing you, because it is, I do find it a little bit funny, but I get it. That's like the idea of like it's like essentially the random battles.
Well, my thing is, if you don't want to do that, just take them out the game. Don't do this weird thing where they're just kind of hanging around, throwing a ball in their hand, like.
Oh, that's how. Well, they're
just standing there.
What happens when you talk? Like when you talk,
then you fight. Then you can fight them. Then they just fight you.
That's it. Well, they just automatically fight.
The only change is they just don't lock eyes with you across the grass. You're not chilling in the grass, and you go fuck, and then it's like, come here.
Yeah.
Come here.
Okay.
It's different. I don't know, man.
You're right about the mechanics. Is like Zelda. They didn't just say, all right, we're gonna plop Zelda into open world. They actually did.
You had to change it
a lot.
You had to change it. That was that's the difference. You can have open world in your game, but if you don't change your old school mechanics to fit the new game world, it's fucking irrelevant. I think Pokemon's problem is they didn't change the game mechanics. They just said, hey, here's an open world. It'll figure itself out. And it didn't.
They wanted that trailer, and that trailer worked. A lot of people like, oh, Pokemon.
Is that Scarlet Violet?
The Wild. Oh shit.
That was I call that the Zelda effect. The moment they saw a game go from traditional linear design to open world design, yeah, exactly. That's the Zelda effect.
Change some stuff though. You could move around and catch Pokemon. I don't know if you probably could do that.
That wasn't bad, but like some of the deeper mechanics that older fans are aware of are like, yeah, you didn't give a fuck about any of this stuff. Like, for example, there's no level scaling in Pokemon, which is weird in a game that you can go anywhere in. There's no barrier to stop you from getting to any city in the game. There's a couple of there's obviously you get some stuff later on that helps exploring easier, but as far as getting to any major city in the game, you can just walk to or ride to for the most part. Well, what happens if I'm at level 20 and I happen upon the level 80 gym? Oh, it's just gonna happen. All right, it's not.
See, that I actually
really
don't
fair.
mind. I don't love the idea of RPGs scaling with you. I've never quite loved that because I like the idea of like, naturally being able to be better throughout the world. Like, hey, if I go back to a different area,
like, oh shit, these are all level 50. I'm only level 20. I better come back.
I run away. So that's
I like that. I like that in the context of Xenoblade and even Legends Arceus, because they're like wild animals, right? Animals are just gonna take domain in areas because I'm at level 80 and I control all my pre-evolutions and that's it. For gym leaders, it's just weird to me, bro. Because the problem is, let's say you beat one of the hardest gym leaders first, that means the rest of your experience is just painfully easy, and it kind of kills
so I get what you're saying. So it's like
Yeah,
specifically for the
leaders,
gyms.
I could see
For the
that.
gyms, you think they should
the
have
gym
leveled
leaders.
with you.
Now, Pokemon, that's perfectly fine. Both of you were right as
Gotcha.
far as that.
Gotcha,
I don't
gotcha.
care if you put level 80s and level 20s Pokemon
Yeah.
wise in the same area.
Okay.
But my gym leaders, I need them bitches to scale. Otherwise, I'm just kind of sitting there like, well, damn, if I beat the hardest gym leaders in the first few gyms, the rest
Yeah,
of the game
that
is
makes sense,
essentially a
yeah.
cakewalk. That's my thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's
I
small
get that.
stuff like that I've looked into.
And
That
like you were
makes
talking
sense. I
about
get-
Zelda having to change. Like I tried to tell. I mean, I don't know who I tried to tell, but I said this all. You can't have traditional dungeons get an item that use only in that dungeon in the Breath of the Wild world. It just doesn't work. And you can't have like room to room dungeon. Like I guess they could have done it,
I think you could.
but it's just that's a. I don't
It
know.
would have had to
With
change a little bit.
with all the exploration and stuff, without the
Well, here's my problem.
find the chest,
You could
find
do
the
it
map.
because they fucking did it. To some extent, they did it with the shrines and shit. Like you go in the shrines, the
Yeah,
mechanics
so-
change
yeah.
when you in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can go into a fucking traditional dungeon and just have shrine rules.
Yeah.
Through every every part of the dungeon, it could work. They just didn't want.
Yeah,
to do
I don't see why that can't work. I mean, literally, you just. I mean, even like with like Divine Beast stuff. Imagine if you
Divine
just
Beast
had
is the
an item.
closest I would agree to, but it's
Imagine
not
you just had an
exactly
item.
the same.
I just think the
No, it's not exactly the same, but you can look at that and say, yeah, you can still have traditional dungeons. Obviously, you can't have, well, you got to have this weapon or certain thing like that kind of stuff. Maybe you have to get rid of that, but you can still have, oh, I got to go through this dungeon this way. This is how it's set up. Traditional dungeons, you can
think-
still do that.
The reason why I think it's different, I've always thought it was different for Zelda, and someone said it perfectly when the game first came out. That team was dedicated to one concept with that game: freedom. Meaning you can do anything and everything you want if you're willing to put in the effort to go through it. Not just straight break the game. I mean, if you're willing to experiment with the different systems that were given in that game, that's why you can cheese certain dungeons if you're smart enough to bring in certain items with you and stuff. Like, I think they wanted that. And the problem with the old school style is that that's not what the old school style was. The old school style was like, I'm going to perfect structure. Like a dungeon in an old school Zelda game is, I have a certain structure and I'm going to lock this in. So I'm going to make you go in this thing in these different ways and be like, oh, I was supposed to do this. I just didn't think to shoot up, or I didn't think to shoot this through a fire or some shit, shoot an arrow through a fire. Like they want you to have that, oh, I got it moment. Whereas this game's like, if you want to be clever enough, go ahead. I mean, we have a path, but you ain't got to take it. You know.
Yeah.
I that's what I think the difference is. I always thought Breath of the Wild was like, hey, I'm gonna give you the freedom to do what the hell you want. It's up to you and your imagination whether or not it
There
gets
are
done.
some shrines where you have to pretty much do. Well, I want shrines. I'm thinking that's Breath of the Wild mostly, but Tears of the Kingdom. I've gone through some of the shrines, and it's just like, oh, you have to do it this way. I'm trying to. There's one.
Yeah, there are
where
literally
this ball
puzzle
is
solutions.
falling out of
sort
the
of stuff.
ceiling and shit.
Yeah.
It's like a ball that keeps falling out of the ceiling, and you have to like slingshot it and hit this target. There's no other fucking way to do it. You have to do it the way they want you to do it, or you're just not going to be able to get through that shit. So they still have structure again within those certain situations when you're in those shrines and stuff. So,
I always view Tears as like a refinement of that, because a lot of people kind of hated. No, I wouldn't say they hate it, but like Breath of the Wild, for those who were big fans of the old school Zeldas, Breath of the Wild in a lot of ways kind of rubbed them like, we kind of lost our dungeon structure a little bit. And I kind of miss it. So I feel like Tears, at least in my opinion, try to bring some of it back.
they tried.
I thought so
they
too.
tried.
I thought so too with the literal dungeons that they call it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it wasn't. I mean, I'm not as deep into Zelda, so I'm not the best judge of the quality of those dungeons. But I enjoyed Tears of the Kingdom.
I fucking love those dungeons.
Yeah, there were
personally.
times when I was in a temple, I was like, this is very satisfying. This is pretty good. This is probably as good as they can do with this setup. And I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good. But I still think they could do better.
Yeah, I thought
the
the
part of me that's
actual
like, they can do better.
the actual temple to me was, I thought it was a downgrade over the Divine Beast. Like the actual, you're in the temple, the stuff you did, but getting to the temple, and two of them at least, or three of them actually, was great. I love that like getting to the sky one, and you had the water
Yeah,
based
that
one,
shit was epic.
and then the
I still,
underground.
I still like the sand one. I think the sand one I still enjoy. It's like my favorite overall.
I just kind of cheesed my way through that one to the point I was like, this is
I
all I
kind
had
of
to
cheesed
do.
my way through it. Yeah.
Like, because you could just go through the ceiling. I went to the top level, and I was like, then I was kind of stuck. I couldn't get out, and but I just kind of worked my way back, and I was like, really,
I mean, I always view that team is the team perfected like its traditional dungeons, and so now they're putting themselves in a whole new landscape. So now it's I got to go back and see if I can refine this. Now,
Yeah.
how do I make something open ended but also like still satisfying if you want to do it the traditional way?
because I went back.
It's
And
kind
to
of
be
like
fair,
I
they
just think
still have the traditional
traditional
way with like
dungeons.
Echoes of Wisdom. You know, Echoes of Wisdom exists.
Yeah.
You know that is a Zelda game that exists that is more.
well, yeah, of course, yeah.
I went back and
I
played the
think
original Zelda and A Link to the Past from start to finish, and I love the traditional dungeons in those games, but I absolutely don't want them in anywhere near a Breath of the Wild style game. To me, it just doesn't go together.
they're gonna have to create a new. They're gonna have to create like a brand new like
I actually don't.
locked in standard for those games.
I really didn't enjoy a lot of the dungeons in Twilight Princess to the point where when I played the HD remaster, whatever, I was like, man, some of these dungeons are just fucking. The one where you're walking on the ceiling with the boots was definitely slow.
I fucking love that
sluggish.
dungeon. It was one of my favorites.
I'm just like, you're just slowly trucking through there. I'm like, oh my god, it's so tedious. I just maybe I wasn't right in the mood for that game when I played the HD version. I don't think I'd ever play this game again.
Really?
I really didn't. It didn't really. That was the third time
Twilight
I played
Princess?
it, and I do enjoy some of the Midna combat. It's kind of you just hold the button and you get all the enemies in, you let go. You know, there is some strategy to that actually. But overall, yeah, I was like, I don't really want a dungeon like this in another 3D game. That was before Breath of the Wild was out when I played Twilight Princess HD. Skyward Swords.
They hit a wall when they got the Skyward Sword. They got it.
I thought Skyward Sword getting to like the quote unquote dungeon, there was some really cool stuff, but it was just all the backtracking. Oh, I'm back on the Elden Volcano layer. I got to go do the same shit again. Like that's what really held that game back.
I gotta hit this bitch's toes again.
Yeah, but
I'm tired of hitting monsters.
The time stone in the desert that was actually water in the past, like that shit was amazing. But then the end boss is tentacle.
Oh, that was amazing. That was.
And even the lead up to the boss was sweet. The lead up to the boss where these tentacles would come by. I thought there'd be, if it was like his head and his arms were just like two tentacles or something. It was just like, what is this?
And then you get this cartoon Rasta fish.
Mm-hmm.
Like what the fuck? This shit was genuinely creepy.
Jamon, man, Jamon.
Reveal of the monster. I was like, oh, this is next level. This is Nintendo really showing what they can do. And
come on, man, Jamon, bro.
What was that?
It's like a jellyfish Rasta.
It was on like the pirate ship, right?
Yeah, it was a pirate ship. And I was like, what? All the build up that you had me
seeing
going
it
through
again.
Just died.
I'm afraid to share it. I
saw the reveal of that goofy ass monster.
Well, if the stream closes, then it closes. The podcast ends. I mean, we're past time.
Why would it close? What for? What game?
It glitched out last time.
Oh, it closed. That's right. That's right.
Oh,
yeah, like crashed the thing.
I'm gonna. I disabled the GPU acceleration. So.
Well, you could say, "Have a good night." If it doesn't...
have a good night if this ends. So this is the boss that had an epic build up. You're like, all right, this is sweet. Like the whole. Then you see this guy.
Then you look at this goofy ass.
That's the dude from Monsters Inc.
Yeah, it's like.
That's crazy.
He's got arms but no hands, and then the tentacles were his hair, and then he's got this dumb.
This is not serious.
And what does he go under the ship just to push his tentacles through? Like, come on. Of course, so you could cut it. So you could cut it. That's why they needed something. I
low-key hated the whole reform afterwards.
Yeah, and then they just reform. They're just unlimited. Why? I mean, he's charging his sword, but it looks goofy.
It's because it is.
I didn't know you could do that. I somehow beat the final boss without charging my sword. I didn't. It's technically shouldn't be possible.
Really?
What he's saying is that he's the greatest.
So then, not only do you got the aim, but then you got to account for your bows, the arrows like arch. It's just, yeah, it wasn't ideal.
I did not have fun with this boss battle.
What the fuck? Jesus.
That was my big problem with Metroid Prime 3 is like you had this pinpoint aiming, but you had to lead your shot to hit the enemy as it's moving. I always found it frustrating.
It's Sid from Monsters Inc.
I mean,
Just
watching the way this guy's playing, you know, he's charging his sword, so you only have to hit it once. It just looks goofy.
You normally have to hit it more than once?
I'm sure there's a strategy to it. That's why he's doing it.
So wait, I'm saying if you didn't charge your sword, you had to hit it like more than once.
The aiming.
Yeah, you have to hit it, yeah.
I don't know if this is the Switch version. I think it is.
It has to be, right?
Yeah, because the way the aiming's
PC.
kind of trash. Like, why is that not hitting?
This is ZR, which is the Joy-Con.
Oh, he got reckless. He got reckless. He was like, "Fuck!"
Oh shit! And you got him weak too. Now he's got.
Yeah. Hurry up!
It's like hit his weak point till he falls. Hit him. Do that 3 times. Boss fight over.
Isn't that most Zelda fights?
Pretty
though
much.
I thought.
Yeah, that's
That's
pretty
the
much
Zelda
most Zelda
formula.
fight, but
It's just more so the aesthetic just doesn't do anything.
it's killed me. It killed me.
Yeah, the way.
No, that's fair.
The design's like, because everything else about this whole thing.
One of
is
these
awesome.
days, I'm gonna go through them. I'm gonna go back through them. I gotta go. I
Go
gotta.
back to the backlog. You're saying?
No, unless Robert lets me borrow the banjo, I can't use it. The name is copyrighted, so I have to be like.
You got to do like
revisiting.
a hip hop remix or something.
I need T to give me some beats. Then I need T to make me some beats. I need some classical hip. I need some classical hip hop. That's what I need.
But anyway, we might as well get out of here. We ended on that awesome boss fight.
It's the best
Should have left
boss fight.
The imprisoned fight with the toads.
Yeah.
Oh God!
Let me
such
end
a
it with one
weird-
thing because Robert, I know you love the Harry Potter movies.
Nice.
Oh,
Why did Dumbledore keep sending Harry back to his aunt and uncles who were treating him so horribly? Because the movies don't tell you. What do you think is the reason he kept having him go back to his aunt and uncles, even though they were like borderline abusing him? There's a really good reason in the books.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess just tell me. I don't know how I'm gonna guess.
Because his aunt was his mom's sister. They shared the same blood, and her protection spell lived on through her sister's blood. So he couldn't be touched. He couldn't be found. That's why he had to stay in their house.
Protect him.
Damn.
And
that's
only
definitely
because his aunt agreed to take him in. If she didn't take him in, the spell would have been broken. But she took him in. And in the books, she does
terrible.
There's a few moments where you can tell she's protective of him, but for whatever reason, feels she needs to not show him any affection or something. But yeah. I forget that part of it. But yeah, that's the reason, because the spell.
That's a big difference.
That his mother died with that love,
holy
the
shit.
spell, that old spell with love, and her sister carried that protection on. I was like, why wasn't that in the damn movies? That makes so much more sense. Like it always made me mad. Like, why has he got to go back to these terrible people? Like, why doesn't he go live with the Weasleys and all that? But yeah, I saw a reaction to it, and the girl's like, "Why does he got to go back there? They're horrible. Like, why does he stay with?" I'm like, "Yeah, the movies never told you that. That's such a weird."
With the movies, I always looked at it as, that's a character. It's almost like the Matrix, where he's like, the what's her name has to tell him the Oracle.
Yeah,
he's looking for the Oracle to tell him that he's the one and shit. But he can't be the one if somebody tells him.
I don't think Dumbledore told him till the. I don't even know if he told him directly, but it is told at some point in the books, and I'm like, oh my god, that's like that makes so much sense. Like, that's such a touching thing, you know. That hopefully the show, if the HBO show, they're planning on 2027 through 2035 or 36 doing the series.
Yeah. They said 10 years, so
reality.
We'll see how those the first ratings of the first two seasons. I'm sure season 2 will be already, but if it doesn't do well, it ain't gonna go the distance. But anyway, with that movie talk or movie/book talk, we'll get out of here, and we'll see you guys next time. Fuck! I did the thing. Hold on. I did the thing. I didn't hit the end stream.
What the fuck?
It's been a while.
What the fuck was that?
Grandpa Juice moments.
You know,
Volume.
hey, the audience could still hear me.